starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the last standing Samoan Big Rig, Nick Utam.
Glad to be here on good old October Eve. Yeah, man, it's going to be a fun show.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be a very fun show, folks, and we're going to be telling you about what's coming to the channel in the next coming days. But before we do, let's say hello to our favorite coach and teacher, American Ramrod, Kendo Slice.
The most important thing, folks, to remember is if your brains get scrambled and you got yourself a nice big concussion, tell everybody you're okay. Have your team do something shady so you can play a few nights later and get fucked up even worse.
So the Rob Gronkowski strategy.
No, he's always like that naturally. He's just, I don't think he's that smart.
Oh, okay. Because I watch the commercials and I go, is this a man that is losing his mind right in front of us on television? It's kind of sad.
No. This is a man that was never that bright to begin with, just really good at sports, because he, I believe, went to the University of Arizona specifically because in his research he found it was the best party school of the group that was looking at him.
I think Arizona was named the best party school in like College Playboy 1972 or some shit like that.
Yeah, so he made his scholarship acceptance decisions based on that. So he obviously wasn't there for the academics.
No. Now, speaking of being here for something, folks, we are here for you in the chat tonight. So let us start off tonight with giving some special shout-outs to our friends in the chat, like our friend Eric Bay Anderson. Hail to our friend Alexander the Great. Hello to Enrique Vasquez. Hello to our friend Christian Van Dyke. Ramon Andrajo. Excuse me, there's that. Stevie Summertime Breezy. Hello to you. What up, Miss Ninja Julian? Cosmic Vader. Zach Z. What's up? Sayed S. Wow, that is a long name, but it ends with Stonas, so hello to you too, as well as, who else is here? Lots of people. So, folks, Watchmen of Yah, there you are as well. So, folks, thank you for joining us tonight on Friday. This is not our usual night, and no, we are not changing the show up to more Friday nights. It just so happened to be that last night was the only time I could fit Halloween Horror Nights into the schedule. So, folks, if you follow us like you do, and you're listening, we released some shorts yesterday at Horror Nights, so I had some fun walking through the Nope set. I walked through the Halloween house, but I'm not the only bullshitter that attended Halloween Horror Nights. Now, Nick, you took a little trip down south to Florida to visit Halloween Horror Nights Universal Orlando, and I did the one out in Hollywood. So let's talk about that for a minute and compare notes. So what was your favorite haunt?
My favorite one, it's got to be, it's got to be The Weeknd, because his was fucking absurd. Like, it was just crazy.
It was great.
It literally starts with you you just go inside this thing and you see him in a chair like wired up to fucking TVs like it's an old MTV like music video, and then you go through this party where everything's gone bad. Like, everybody's dead, people are dying. There's even like lizard people in the corner. I'm just like, okay, dude, calm down. At some point, you end up in a toilet, and there's shit everywhere.
Yours was different than ours.
Yeah, like, it was weird. Like, and then at some point, I think one of the last things I remember seeing is like a person dressed like having him in a mask come on stage, is licking a frog or some shit.
Yeah,
and then
yours was completely different.
Yeah, and then right at the end, you see these guys, these plastic surgery, mishaps with knives and white suits on, just trying to stab you and popping out. Like, they'd stand really still because there were other statues around them, and then they'd pop out and try to stab you. But there was a lot of that, and there was like, and like there was one part where like one girl was performing plastic surgery on another one, and they were screaming and yelling and supposedly blood going everywhere. It was just water, obviously, but yeah, that was happening too. So, yeah. It was fun, man.
I enjoyed that. Ours started out with the weekend getting electrocuted in a chair and dying. So you walk in and it's like, and it's just, I'm like, I don't really like the weekend that much. So this is cathartic to watch him get electrocuted. I was very happy about that one. No, that was a great haunt.
Were there like employees every section just watching you?
Yeah, it kind of killed the illusion.
That was like that's something I noticed as well, because like that's never happened. Like the last time I went, I think it was like in 2018, 2017, and that was never the case. This time, like there was one employee just off in the corner in every section. I was kind of like, and I was I'm with you. Like it killed the illusion. I'm just kind of like, the fuck are you doing?
So there was a lot of people there working for the weekend, you're saying?
They wanted a little romance.
God damn it, Kendo.
I went to all of them. We did the fast pass. My favorite was either Halloween or Killer Clowns from Outer Space, just because they got the movie experience. Like when you walk in that tent,
so there was no Killer Clowns one for us. There wasn't even a scare zone for Killer Clowns for us in Orlando.
Dude, there was a Killer Clowns restaurant. That's where I had dinner.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking jealous. Yeah, the Halloween one, the Halloween one started out basically from the movie. Like you went through, you kind of went through the house like a little bit, and then you ended up in the bedroom where the girl was like, where her sister was like, like kind of naked, like on the floor and covered in blood. A little kid popped out, and then all of a sudden you're out in front of the lawn of the house, and you're looking up at it, and you go behind the back where the sheets are, where you see him, and then you go in and out of the house as like he's there, and you hear Loomis, and you hear the gunshots, and you see Laurie popping out and things like that.
I screamed that at the actor in mine. He looked at me funny too, because I don't know if anybody's doing it all night. But I'm like, 6 times, shoot him 6 times, and he like looks at me. I'm just like, I've seen the movie, bro.
But no, like I had a fun time. It was good. It was good. The Legends one was fun. Let's see, what else did I see? Chupacabra was interesting. I just didn't know what they were talking about because I don't speak Spanish. The Blumhouse one was okay. It was fine.
I liked it.
Yeah. Descendants, the Hell Block. All the other ones are okay. The Witch one was kind of cool. I like the 1920s, aesthetic they were going for. But yeah, that was fine. I mean, and like the scare zones are really lax this time. Like, it seems like they were doing a purge thing where people were just kind of in normal costume, but in like really weird masks or whatever. So you didn't know who was like, part of it or not. And usually they're kind of distinct, but they weren't this time, and it was kind of cool and kind of not. I don't know. It felt different from before the pandemic. It really did. It was just weird.
We, as Enrique said, because Enrique was with me last night. What up, buddy? We saw La Llorona. I'm looking at your list right now. So for those listening, real quick, folks, because this is pre-spooky season, so we're about to start our show and let you know it's coming in October. But according to what I found online, wait, that's the speculation map. Did you have Spirits of the Coven, Prison Halloween, Fiesta de Chupacabras, Dead Man's Wharf, Blumhouse, Bugs Eaten Alive, Descendants of Destruction, The Weekend, and Legends Collide? Does that sound about right?
Yes, that's correct, yes.
Because we didn't have Bugs Eaten Alive, Spirits of the Coven. We had, let me pull up ours. But our Michael Myers one, you went out, it started differently. So ours started outside of the house. You walk in the front door, and in the window there is a video screen of Michael stabbing his sister, and it's the same from the movie. And then there's a Michael Myers dummy of a kid, in the clown suit, and then you walk through the house. And this one, ours ended in the backyard where you're going through all the sheets and Michael Myers is looking up at you. Like,
yeah, and that was towards like the first third of ours is the sheets. Like you literally see the front of the house, you go around the back, and you go through the sheets to get into the house again and go through it.
It's just nice that if anyone loves Killer Clowns from Outer Space, you got the ultimate Killer Clowns from Outer Space experience, folks. It starts out in front of the tent. It had the old man get killed by the clown. And then when you walk in, it starts playing the Dickies music. And then it becomes all the Killer Clowns music. You go onto the spaceship. There's the cotton candy gun. All the things of cotton candy are hanging down with the faces sticking out. You have to walk through them and bump into them. It smells like cotton candy. And then the best part, Nick, you go and you're out of the fucking spaceship, and all of a sudden you're at a house, and it's the house from the movie, and you're walking around the living room, and there's the front door, and the thing opens up and goes "Rrr!" like the pizza delivery, and it fucking shoots you just like in the movie. They pop out of the box. It was awesome.
That's great.
That's great.
That sounds good. Yeah, I wish there was a Killer Clown thing in Orlando, but no, there wasn't, man. It was still fun though. I still had a good time. Still, I I still got your noisy cricket and neuralizer that you wanted.
Yes. Look, I care about Will Smith slapping a man, but I also care a little more about owning a noisy cricket.
Yeah. I did once again. I did put them in my bag and get them through security, and there was no problems. I didn't get white gloved early, and I have something put in my ass or whatever. So that was interesting.
Much to your chagrin.
Yeah, I was just kind of like I had no action this trip.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. I feel like my the things you bought me stopped that, so I'm sorry.
Well,
If you had been white girl wasted, you would have had a better shot.
That's true, and belligerent.
That always helps.
Well, no, I put them on top of my bag, like right under the flap, so like I wasn't trying to hide them or whatever. So like they were like if they'd opened them, they were in plain sight. Plus they were still like attached to the box.
Well, if you had paid for them, that wouldn't be a problem. The fact you were openly telling everybody you were trying to steal them, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, like the only place on it seems like the only place on earth to get a neuralizer for Men in Black 1 or 2 is at fucking Universal Studios Orlando. Like I need to take a trip and go buy like 20 or 30 of them and bring them home and start selling them on fucking eBay or Etsy or Mercury or whatever.
I mean, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, and it's because that's the only place to find them. Because like to find them online is ridiculous. Like nobody has them. They don't exist in like a store outside of the park anymore.
No, I'm glad that somewhere in the world, Men in Black is relevant enough for a store because I feel like that movie missed the mark on all of its merchandise.
Well, I mean, the first one obviously had sensation. It was a big sensation. Then part 2 was more of like. I don't know. Part 2 felt like it was more of fan service because you had a bunch of like brands in part 2 who just pardoned to be part of it, and then part 3 they got back to the storytelling, told a solid story with a lot of the technology. Yeah, went back to formula with a solid story with a good cast, and good everything. Very heartfelt, very good, and it was great. Part 3 was good. Part 2 is where they fucked up on.
I agree with that. I bought the Men in Black trilogy on Blu-ray for like $7, but I upgraded the first movie to 4K, and that's where my Men in Black love dies. No more. I'm not spending another dollar on Men in Black.
Fair enough. If only once again, they need to bring out that fucking cartoon, man. The fucking cartoon on DVD. I'm not asking for Blu-ray. I'm just asking for DVD.
I'm an asshole. I'm going to ask for it on Blu-ray. I want to be able to see every detail.
I would love, if they did pre-orders for it right now, I'd be like, give it to me, give me 2 copies right now, in case I wear out the first one, I got the second one.
Real quick before we leave the Halloween Horror Nights content off the table, I want to give a quick shout out. One of the employees of Universal walked up to me yesterday and he goes, "Do I know you?" And I looked at him for a second and I went, and then I think Jesse goes, "It's not The Rock," or something like that as a joke. And the guy looked kind of like, "Oh, I guess I'm wrong. I don't know you." And I looked at him, I go, "Do you watch YouTube?" And he goes, "Yeah." So dude that recognized me last night, I just want to give you a shout out and thanks for going out of your way to say, hey, we appreciate you, man. So hopefully you're hearing this right now. And maybe I'll see you next time at Universal.
Did you happen to drink the Ecto Cooler beer they had there?
They did not offer that at ours.
Okay, yeah, we got it. It was at Orlando. It was too sweet. It was too sweet. Like I could only have one, and I was like, if I have a second one, I'm gonna be sick.
Like NWO too sweet?
No, because that's acceptable. That's sweet enough. No, we're talking like it was just a
that's
really
pretty sweet. Just saying.
I agree, 100% agree. But this beer was just like it was. I could only have one, or else I was gonna be. If I had two or more, I'd be fucking sick.
Folks, let's send him as much of that beer as you can, so we can watch Nick get diabetes live on.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You could be like the the Samoan Wilford Brimley. Can you say diabetes?
Diabetes.
See, there you go. You're well on your way. Just talking about turkey legs, mayonnaise, and diabetes.
I love turkey legs and mayonnaise. I slapped my wife. She died 10 years ago. I don't know who I slapped.
Man, come on now. The Samoans don't do that shit. Come on.
No, we don't.
Wait, isn't Jimmy Superfly Snuka Samoan?
Oh shit! No, that was his girlfriend, so that's why he slapped her around and killed her. Allegedly.
Oh, okay. Nancy DiMartino.
Yeah, you don't. If you're a Samoan, you don't beat your wife, but you can beat your girlfriend to death, allegedly.
Folks in the
Not
chat.
married. Gotcha. There's rules
Yeah.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
There's rules there.
Wife, no. Girlfriends, that's why there's a plural there.
Miss Ninja Julian,
that
you
up,
sir are
Kendo.
correct. We need an NWO button. You're right, though, Kendo. There's a difference between that, and I'm just glad that we all understand the difference here. I mean, we don't want to be misconstrued as a different type of operation.
Can we get the more you know button, please?
Of course you can. Pull it up right now.
Now, Jeff, if there's anything I definitely do know, there's a massive, massive difference between girlfriend and wife.
That's true. And you know what I'm an expert in, Kendo?
I'm not sure what to say here, so I'm just going to let you talk.
Well, I 100% know for a fact
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Factual statement.
just wanted to throw that out there. Now, folks,
Oh my God.
we have a nice full show ready for you tonight. As you've seen the title, Deadpool and Wolverine, a love story. I saw the Indy 5 leaks, Coolio enters Gangster's Paradise, and more. So we're going to have some fun tonight. And no, what we're not going to do is spend 2 hours doing death parodies of Coolio songs. What we're actually going to do, folks, and you can join in on this, so we're telling you early in the show, we're going to talk about musicians and other Z-list celebrities from the 90s that didn't make it out of the decade. So, you know, guys like Coolio were not popular after the year 2000. I would guess Coolio kind of fizzled out when the Keenan and Kel theme was the last
1995.
thing he really did. Yeah. So he made it mid-90s. And I liked a lot of Coolio's music, so I'm not going to act like I'm embarrassed by it. But folks, take some time tonight to think about those 90s celebrities that just didn't go anywhere, like the Lawrence brothers.
Mario Lopez.
The
Hold
Lawrence
on.
brothers.
Dude, Mario Lopez is bigger now than ever.
Yeah, because of the nostalgia factor, but
I
mean,
he's on
Wait,
one
no,
of these
I-
shows.
Wait, no,
Um,
I have one for you. Vitamin C.
oh yeah, that fucking graduation song, lady, dude.
Remember.
In 2001, well, 2000 going into 2001, they were lobbying hard for that to be our class song, and the only other choice was that Green Day's "Time of Your Life." A song
Oh
that
yeah,
fucking
dude.
hates
No.
us as much.
Same for us. Those are the two fucking options.
So naturally, it came down to those two. So Green Day, "Time of Your Life" is the class of 2001 at my Fox High School's, class song. I was not happy about it, but that was a whole lot better than that Vitamin C.
Well,
song.
sadly, we lost that battle, and we had Vitamin C as our fucking graduation song.
To be fair, though, if you watch that Vitamin C video on mute and just watch her dance around and wiggle her butt, not so bad.
Yeah, that's true. I also saw her in the movie Dracula 2000, and she was just as hot.
Was she
Yeah.
dead and loving it?
Technically, yes. She did turn into a vampire halfway through the movie, so that is correct.
I love it too.
Yeah. That movie,
So, folks-
that movie is full of fucking Z-list 90 celebrities. I swear to God.
Yeah.
That's
There's probably people
kind of the
Googling
thing.
right now. Where did Kendall go to high school? Arnold, Missouri, bitch. Did it for you.
Folks, if you're curious where I went to high school, Elder, because I'm pretty happy with that. So there you go.
Oh God! All right, I went to Gatlinburg Pittman High School. There we go. Since we're all revealing where we went to high school, then
GPH.
yeah.
Go Warriors!
Actually, yeah. Our mascot was the Highlander or the Highlanders.
Really?
Yes.
We were the Panthers, and one of our rivals was the Oak Hills
Toyota
Highlanders.
Highlander, so you could, remember when you peaked in high school, like half your football team.
It's funny. It's fucking funny you say that because a lot of the people who peaked in high school who are on the football team have like sent me Facebook friend requests in the past 5 years, and they've done fuck all.
Oh, dude, I used to get that for a while too. Like right around the time we were supposed to have our 10th anniversary reunion dealy thing, like they were sending me friend requests and stuff. I'm like, I didn't fucking like you then. I have no desire to talk to you now. I'm kind of sad that you're still alive. But
I feel the same way, man. I feel the same fucking way. Oh
Yeah.
God.
because for us out here, it's homecoming week, and so the kids are like, "Hey, coach, did you go back to ever go back for homecoming for your school?" I'm like, "Not once," because I have no desire to go back and see any of those people.
No, man.
I would gladly go back to a high school reunion. I just the thing that sucks is I went to a private school. This isn't a humble brag, folks, so don't take it that way. My point is, it was expensive to go to that school, and the only reunion that they can put on for us is you go to a football game and then drink beer. There's no formal reunion. So that school, look, I went there on a scholarship, so I don't give a shit. But I'm not going to spend money to fly home and go to a fucking football game. Yeah. I am big time, bro.
To a private school. Ooh.
Yeah, because I lived in a shitty, poor neighborhood and busted
and now he's in L.A.
Yeah, now he's in LA.
Dude. When I hobnob, when I have dinner with The Rock, then you can say I big time.
I know. We just love busting your balls.
Fucking success has gone to his head, dude.
It really has.
He sells a bunch of comic books of naked women that he drew called Tits and Mark, original, and he's been private school and scholarships. And
he does a couple interviews with a couple of people from who happen to work on Star Wars, and all of a sudden he thinks he's hot shit.
Yeah, asshole he's turned into.
God damn,
he has gone to his head. We're totally different now. I don't even know.
I'm the worst. Well, look. While you forgot who I am because I've clearly cheated, let's talk about something that we always do on this show, and that's the word of the day. So our friend Joseph Bienowicz says the word of the day is sniz, S-N-I-Z-Z. He says, "Hail WCBS, I'm out on the road, so here we go. The word for your pleasure is sniz. How Stella got her sniz back, 12 Angry Sniz, Kong Sniz Island, and Sniz Club." It almost sounds like jizz, so.
Yeah, I think that's what I think that's the joke. So that YouTube doesn't get mad at it.
That's a South Park thing because when this one dates back because it's a while ago when Hillary was running for the Democratic nomination in 2008 against Obama. She tried to shore up her Southern base, expecting them to turn against the black guy because Hillary's racist. And she showed up. So you remember, okay, in 2016, you remember she showed up and like was doing that interview with like the fucking hip hop radio station going, "I carry hot sauce everywhere." So this was her version of that. She went to like Mississippi and she just walked out and she's like, "Hi, I'm Hillary Clinton. You might know who I am." And it's like, wait, what? I'm sorry. Say that one more time. So she like started busting out this really shitty fake Southern accent. And so South Park made fun of her, and the joke was that somebody I think it was the British actually, hid a nuke in Hillary Clinton's snatch as a way to relaunch their invasion of the United States to take back what they lost in 1782 or one. And so the joke was that she had a snook in her sniz, and Cartman was essentially Jack Bauer from 24.
I need to go back and watch that one.
Dude, it's good. It's a fucking great episode. It actually ends with the Queen shooting herself when the plan fails. So the British guy's like, "Your Majesty, we've failed to retake the United States colonies." And she just like, "Very well," hangs up her phone. All of a sudden, blows her head off.
Oh my god.
What a great fucking show.
Well, I mean, they speaking of the Queen, they did release her death certificate recently, and the cause of death was old age. Who knew?
Yeah, I saw that too. And I was shocked. I, for one, was like, "You're telling me a 96-year-old woman died of old age? Get the hell out."
Listen, I thought it was gonna be uppers and downers, honestly.
Yeah. She was fucking redlining a bunch of fucking speedballs.
The Queen freebased in her free time.
The Queen freebased.
I always love it whenever because they did the same thing for Prince Philip last year, who was like 100. Like, we have to. They had the inquiry, as the British called the inquiry into the death of Prince Philip. And it's like, he was 100. Do you really have to, do like a medical examination to understand exactly how this guy died? He was 100.
Yeah, it was one of two things. Either he fell down the stairs or he just died.
Yeah, he was riding his fucking Porsche up and down the M6 going about 150. He lost control.
If you gotta go in style. So
there you go.
It was a fiery wreck.
Oh, Ninja Lawyer Steve, we normally read these in order, but he said, "I just got out of the hospital yesterday, so can I get a Buffalo Ghost horse and an Axel F, please?" Well, of course, man. Let's get you all lined up for that real quick. So we'll do these out of order since they're easier this way for me.
Hey, what's the music from?
And now a special request. Hello, Dion. There you
Somewhere
go, Ninja Warrior
he's
Steve.
shuddering.
Somewhere he has just shit his pants. Thank you.
Yeah, probably.
He's probably at home. He's like, damn it, not again. The guys got me. Now, folks, I'd like to apologize. I was bragging about my private school life and the yacht I used to have and all that fun stuff. And I
my
forgot
God.
that I wanted... Dude, I'll tell you all about the
Where
yacht
was
later.
where the fuck is the yacht now? God damn it!
I seriously think you should just change your name to Big Time Jeff Hicks. That should be it from now on. You're just Big Time Jeff Hicks.
Do I have to wear those stupid glasses?
Yes.
Or better yet, Jeff Vanderbilt. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, next week, folks, we'll get more intimately acquainted with Hugh Jeffner. We'll talk about him then. But no, we do have the regular structure of this show, and I want to give a shout out and a thank you to our newest patron, our friend Lester San Jose, who joined us over on patreon.com. Folks, if you want to support WCBS and get access to exclusive content early, join us over there, patreon.com/worldclassbs. I'm going to introduce a blog, more of like a, hey, what's up, guys? Just a kind of conversation that we can keep going over there. Because every time I post updates, people always respond, and I thought, it could be fun. So maybe we can use some of that stuff to help self-direct the channel. You guys can give ideas or things that you'd like to hear us talk about, because we're here to entertain you guys. So join Patreon over there and do that. And we have tons of content. By the way, if you want our old commentaries, they all live over there. For example, you want to hear the famous night where I passed out and the guys got pissed off during Ghostbusters 2016? That's there. Do you want to hear?
Mostly directed towards the movie, but there was also
and
son of a bitch got out of this. Big Time Jeff over here's probably got some kind of fucking meeting or something.
Melon Husk, you must have missed last week. Hugh Jeffner made an appearance for the launch of Tits and Art. And by the way, folks, go over to titsandart.com. I have the link, the URL linked, because what I do is I have a huge wallet of URLs and domains and stuff I buy for fun. I get it cheap, and then I don't know, sit on it and turn it into stuff. So now Tits and Art Volume 1 is live, and you can use titsandart.com, titsandart.com, or you can just go to Indiegogo. But right now, folks, the link is in the description. Our awesome mod, Miss Ninja Julian, has been pimping that day and night, and we are 397% done of our flexible goal. Yeah, so you guys like the tits and the art.
And that Porsche and everything else is probably on its way.
Now. Yeah, like, you thought Prince Philip's Porsche was incredible, the one that he died Paul Walker style in? Wait till you see that, okay? It's the be-all, end-all. And, folks, you can help fund this self-demise quickly by going to titsandart.com. Tits and Art, like I said, folks, is a big book. It's 11 by 17. It's full of beautiful women, and it's full of awesome art by me. We have the Tianator right here. We have the cover, Seductive Fantasy. What happens when you accidentally summon a demon? Well, you know, you're playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons. You want to one-up each other. You make it for real, and look what happens. So these three chicks
all
are
of a sudden,
toast.
All of a sudden, a Ouija board's involved, and then
nothing says fun Saturday night like getting fucked by a demon.
Yeah. So, folks, it is Friday night. Have more fun on a Friday than getting fucked by a demon by buying the book, where this girl, she doesn't get fucked by the demon in the books, folks. Sorry to spoil it for you. There's no demon dick and Tits and Art. This is all ladies. So, folks,
just lost some customers, sir.
Yeah, dozens and dozens. Like, all of mankind's fans have now unbacked the book. They're like, no! There's no demon dong in this Tits and Art book.
Yeah.
Well,
the entire
there
hentai
is...
crowd is now out.
Oh my god, there's no tentacles in there either.
Look at, you gotta understand, we're starting small. Tits and Art. Next year is the Book of Booty. We don't know where it could go. See, folks, we don't kink shame here on the channel. So, unless that's your thing, then shame on you. But other than that, we're cool. Now, I admit, I don't really have any octopi-inspired books in the hopper. I have other projects, collaborations, things I'm working on in 2023.
I think you really need to, though. You got to really corner this entire market. I mean, you need to be drawing like the tentacle rape, the
oh my god,
the demon banging. I mean, anything and everything that you can think of that somebody may want to give you a couple of bucks for, we got to just corner that market now. Because what if?
So are we
now,
going to become?
Say for instance, I am an aspiring artist, but I'm not nearly as good as Big Time Jeff, and I hear him talking about how we don't have any like tentacles in this book. What do? I rip off his book, put tentacles in it. Now I've taken away his opportunity to make money with tentacle porn.
I don't know.
I might get sued, but still.
yeah, because the other guy's going to call tentacles an art.
Right. And
let me just go buy.
Sued,
let me just go buy
money.
tentaclesandart.com real quick.
Go ahead and do it right fucking now.
Yes,
right fucking
you're gonna
now.
have to, because I'm sure somebody right now, some devious prick. There's some of those out there in that audience. I guarantee it. They're like, oh shit, that's a great idea. I'm gonna go get that real quick.
Oh my God.
Wow. Tentaclesandart.com. Oh, $10 a year. Okay.
There you go. Now,
No. For a second,
sir.
for a second, the price was like for the entire 10 years. He's like, why is it so much? I don't want to buy this for 10 years. I want to buy it for
Because
a couple
honestly, Nick, it usually just shows 1 penny and then all the add-ons.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, $10? Yeah, that's a weird flex, but whatever.
Hey, you got to corner the market now.
I don't want to buy it for 5 years and spend $80. Fuck you.
years. So buy it for like 2 then.
I bought it for... It's mine, okay?
For one, make your tentacles an art, and then flip it when somebody comes along and wants to make tentacles an art too. Like, you can have the mantle, sir. I do not want it anymore.
John Thomas, we have not, my friend. We have not. We were getting a little late start to tonight's show. So, folks, I'm not going to talk too much more about Tits and Art besides this for now. We have already crossed our first goal. I'll be sharing the sexy sticker. Obviously, it'll have to be censored. But, yeah, have some fun with that. We've already reached that goal. So, for every 100 copies sold, there will be a new sexy sticker, and those will not be featured in the book, so it's not going to be, this awesome 80s lady turned into a sticker, though I think I should, because I like this one quite a bit. But no, it's going to be a completely new piece. Once we cross the 500 copies, we'll unlock the Teenator cover, so it'll be a big black book. It's not the one up here at the top that says, Tits and Art like that. It'll be this.
Yo. Why does it gotta be black? Why's it gotta be black? I'm just
it's big African American book, right? Jesus.
Bab? Okay. The big African American cover.
Oh, there you go. When you get to booty and art, it could be the big African American booty book. When people try to figure out where the African American comes in, they don't realize it because the book cover is black. That's awesome.
Oh. Well, would you believe that I have a Back to the Future inspired piece already laid out for that book?
Yes,
wait, hold on, for the booty one?
Yeah, I'm just like, it was such a good concept. It just came to me. I was like, hey, I need to sketch this out.
So, see, there you go. You're taking away the
I'll put it on a
mantle.
T-shirt. That's what we'll do.
There you go. There you go.
Now, folks, like I said here, next week we're going to start having the Tits and Art art on T-shirts. You'll be able to go to shopwcbs.com and get those. It'll be an interesting collection of what we have over there. Not everything will be featured on a shirt because we don't want to put everything on a shirt, but I will have the Tits and Art collection available. And when you buy from shopwcbs.com, that goes through spring so that it's shipped out directly to you and comes rather quickly. All we ever ask is that once you buy a shirt, first off, we want to tell you thanks, but secondly, just shoot us a message over on social media. Send a picture of you wearing the WCBS merchandise. Look, I get the deposits. I know that people buy stuff, but I'd love to see people rocking it out there in the real world. I saw this guy wearing a Wokebusters t-shirt. That was pretty cool. Made me feel cool.
That's awesome.
And I've seen people wear a Stealing Solo shirt in the past. So, folks, tell us what you're wearing WCBS style. I get it. We see a lot of people buy those beer glasses too. So raise a toast for when we do our drunk commentaries. We have one for Halloween coming up real soon. Now, while everyone is having fun with their sniz, we have Jack the Sniz Slayer from our friend Donald Hickok. We also want to do a quick bit of housekeeping. Our October content is going to start showing up. Tomorrow's video might be a little late. We have something else non-October related, but I've already got some stuff mapped out from our old pal Buffalo Jeff. The guys and I have a nice list of interesting topics to talk about this spooky season, things we've never talked about before. Should I give them a little taste of what they're going to get, guys? Just a sniz?
I think you should.
Yeah, definitely.
A sniz.
Well, a sniz, a fun-sized sample. So this year, we're going to be doing some one-on-one stuff with Buffalo Jeff. We're also going to hear from each of the guys, but together we're going to talk about some fun candy topics. Like, we have the Halloween candy bracket. We're going to have the hottest Halloween horror babes. And I don't mean Halloween is in the film just like this. The hottest horror babes. You ever watch a horror movie and go, wow, she's beautiful. Wow, she's dead. Well, there you go. We'll probably talk about them. Like, the girl from Friday the 13th Part 2. She might be my all-time favorite. The one that walks into the water, and then the guy gets stuck in the trap and she walks away from him because he's a nerd. That chick.
Well, I mean, there's also the girl from our favorite what is it? Friday the 13th Part 5.
Yeah, Voorhees.
Oh,
Yep, Voorhees.
Deborah
That's,
Voorhees.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Should she get like a special trophy around this Halloween
She
season?
should. She
I agree.
should.
Mm-hmm.
We salute you, ma'am. I just saluted my fucking microphone. You know, that's why you should go back Tits and Art right now, because I am the most honest person about my love of these things. I'm not going to bullshit you guys, even though we're world-class bullshitters. You forgot the world-class part. But some of the other topics we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about some horror trends. We're going to talk about an ode to horror games, Sam Raimi, some of our favorite horror hosts, and a whole lot more. We want to get this out here early. We have a fan choice for one of the drunk commentaries we're going to do. So, how do you guys want to do this?
Please make it something we actually want to watch.
Well, here's the thing. Should we have polls on all of our social media platforms with, maybe 2 choices of something that we haven't done that we might recommend, and then an other, and let kind of do like an aggregate of other, meaning like if enough people request, I don't know, Rob Zombie's The Munsters, we pick that one.
Oh, Jesus
damn.
Christ. Oh, don't put that out into the world.
Yeah, I was going to say we could do something like create a thread on the socials that says, please nominate your choice for, horror movie watch along. And then we could collate what we get from like Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. And then do that. Say tomorrow is the 1st. And we run that poll through, say, next Thursday for the show on the 6th. And then we narrow it down to our like top 3. And then they have like a week to vote on it. And then we can do it later in the month on like a weekend when everybody could be available.
Yeah, I like that. I think we should do that.
Because that way it can go either way. We could either get something really good, like the original Pet Sematary, or we could get something really fucking bad.
Like the remake of Pet Sematary.
Correct. That right there in a nutshell.
Miss Ninja Julian, I love how you add the thighs in there for the Tits and Art book. I guess those are featured prominently in there too. Guys, would you believe that Rob Zombie's The Munsters sits at a 4.1 on IMDb?
I would not believe that at all.
Lower.
Yeah, it's a little high, my guess.
Well, what is it? I showed you the tweet from that wonderful person who writes for Bloody Disgusting Magazine, John Squire. He's like, why is Rob Zombie stuff so low? It's like, motherfucker, understand that all of his shit is the same.
Yeah, dude.
It's
He's gonna
zombie
blow
stuff.
you. Oh, dude. Butch Patrick's in this movie.
That's a selling point.
Is it?
No. So last night at Halloween Horror Nights, they tried to advertise and sell us a copy of this movie on Blu-ray because we took the spooky tram tour, which was actually legit. What they do is they drive you down into this like wooded area and you walk across the street and you go through this maze. And then you're like, oh, fuck, I got to walk up this big-ass hill. But what you don't realize is that you're walking into the Psycho set. So you take a maze through the actual Bates Motel from the movie, the fucking filming location, and then they take you up to the house. You don't get to go in the house, but you walk up to it, and then they walk you through the War of the Worlds set where the big plane crash took place.
Oh, nice.
I was so into the Psycho House part in the Bates Motel because everyone's like freaking out because of the scare actors, and I'm just like, this is history we're walking through right now.
Yeah,
like, this is the location. And I was starting to get a little chill because I'm like, man, Psycho got me the first time I saw it. And that's the power of a good film. You kind of relive the experience every time.
So here's the not power of a good film. The Munster sits at 39 on Rotten Tomatoes, 55% on Metacritic. Here's the plot synopsis. Lily is a typical 150-year-old lovelorn vampire who's looking for the man of her nightmares. Until she lays her eyes on Herman, a 7-foot-tall green experiment with a heart of gold. It's love at first shock. As these two ghouls fall fangs over, feet for each other in a Transylvania romance. Unfortunately, it's not all smooth sailing in the cemetery. God damn it. as Lily's father has other plans for his beloved daughter's future, and they don't involve her bumbling beau. Now, according to the cast list here, Sherry Moon Zombie is in this movie. I bet you didn't know that. Butch Patrick is in this movie as the voice of the Tin Can Man. Speaking of big timing, Nick and I actually big timed Butch Patrick once, and that was kind of funny. So we were at Horror Hound, and this was 2019 in Indianapolis, and that's where you guys had me put the suit on just to look official and dapper.
Oh yeah,
And
of course.
walking around in that suit, everybody assumed I was important. And Nick and I decided to create some content, and we were interviewing. Oh shit, who was it? It was
Ellie Church and her husband.
Yes, and her husband who made Space Base from Outer Space, whose name escapes me. I think it was Williams.
Brian Williams.
Brian Williams. Yeah, that's right. Not the Lion newscaster, the movie maker. And we were in this room. So we found this room because we were looking for someplace quiet. And it was this room set up for like interviews and shit. And we're interviewing them about, the work they've done and things like that. Just, making some content. There's a knock on the door because apparently it locked when we went out of it or went in. And I opened the door and there's this person sitting here with one of those little like placards around their neck that says I'm, important or whatever. And Butch Patrick from the fucking Munsters is standing there. And they're like, oh, sorry. We got Butch Pat, we're going to do like an interview or something. I didn't know you guys were busy. We'll come back. It's like, no, we're almost done. It's okay. So we accidentally ended up big timing.
Oh.
Yes, all because Kendo wore a suit.
Because I wore a suit and I looked official.
Yeah, you did.
So
yeah, you sitting at their table. You look like our legal consultant.
Yeah.
How do you think people would treat us if we all show up to our next con in suits? Let's do it. Let's make that our thing. Fuck it. We don't need to wear fucking t-shirts, hats, and like little wristbands.
So what is it?
Wear suits. Everyone will think we're lawyers.
Are we gonna do Suit Saturday? Is that what we're gonna do?
Suit Saturday. Every fucking convention is Suit Saturday. Let's do that. I like that.
Oh man, yeah, I could. Yeah, that's fine. I could do that.
Dion's gonna take it upon himself to try to outdo us every single Suit Saturday.
Yeah, I know he's going to. Oh man,
that motherfucker showed up in a velvet coat to Jake's wedding.
A velvet coat? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I bought. Long story short, I have this weird sport coat that looks like it was made in the 80s. That's why I bought it. And everywhere I go, people come up to me and tell me how cool it is. And this guy's like, I wish I had the confidence to wear this. I was at a wedding, and this guy just kept talking to me about how he wishes he could pull it off. He's like, I could talk to a room full of people. I can do all this stuff, but I could never wear that. I'm like, thank you. You made your point 10 minutes ago, my friend. But whatever.
If do you want the link where you can fucking buy this? Here, take it. Go.
It's like, you're kind of tall like me. You want to try it on, see how it fits? Maybe you're broad enough for it. So
are you talking about like the kind of bright blue one? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's a gray one I bought.
Okay, gotcha.
Just you're out in Las Vegas. It's shit happens.
Yeah, man.
Randomly buy stuff. Oh, your Las Vegas cup finally got put to use. I washed it.
I'll trade you a neuralizer and a noisy cricket for my Vegas cup when I come there.
I
That's
mean,
a good deal, Jeff. You might want to take that.
I paid for the stuff before, so I'm getting screwed. It's like, oh yeah, look, it's fine, it's safe. It's sat on top of a fridge forever, and then I thought, Enrique and his wife came over, and I thought, I'm gonna offer her this fancy cup because no one drinks out of it, and why not? So. Darian217, we will do that. Also, one WCBS thing I've wanted to do for years, and I'm going to do it, is on the website, worldclassbullshitters.com, which I bought a long time ago, I want to have a section where we have PNG files where you can just download them and turn us into the memes. That way you don't have to try to cut our faces out and all this stuff. We want you to make silly memes, and we want you to entertain us with that stuff. We also just want to make it easy for you so you don't have to be like, oh shit, I can't cut out, Kendo's glasses or Nick's beard or something like that. Alexander the Great, I do not paint in an Armani suit. It's Brioni. Get it right.
He's getting there, though. He's getting there.
Yeah.
He sells another 100% of that fucking comic book. He'll be wearing some fancy ass shit big time while he's drawing
he needs a Hugo Boss suit.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I have the fucking Hugh Hefner smoking jacket. I'll put that on later, maybe. And
Then the videos where
Wes-
you and you're in your suit and you got the fucking high society accent. You're like, no, we just need to add a little bit here on the curves of her big ginormous buttocks. Like, Jeff is so changed. He's not the man I called a friend.
Yeah, he doesn't even draw. He doesn't even draw in his room of apartment anymore. He has to go to to the Ian Fleming place where he wrote James Bond to go draw his stuff.
And the comic book isn't even called Tits and Ass anymore. It's called like Breasts and Buttocks. Like, man, you've gone way too fancy, Jeff. Stop it. And it's not even there's not even like a chick on the front. It's just you in your fucking suit.
And on the back is a black and white photo of him and his entire biography.
Yeah. And he's got like a smoking jacket and one of those cigars with the long stem on it.
And he's got a monocle as well and a top hat.
Yeah. He's like,
oh
Mr.
shit, I
Peanut
should get a
with
monocle.
With a
You
smoking
should
addiction.
get a monocle. There are tons of Halloween stores out there. You can find a monocle. I believe in you.
I need to get the real one of Scrooge McDuck, or it's like, who's a famous person in history that actually wore a monocle? Because is it like a Carnegie? Get me the monocle of Carnegie.
That would sound right if you said that because they were rich. Probably still are.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Carnegie people, their family still has a lot of money.
I would guess so. Hang on, I'm going to Google this. Famous people that wore a monocle. Oh, Teddy Roosevelt. I think he wore one.
There you go.
Get me the monocle of Teddy Roosevelt. We need Nicolas Cage.
So
I don't know
to Teddy Rose's monocle what Lizzo did to James Madison's flute.
I'm not going to put that in my mouth. By the way, Alexander the Great.
I mean, he's gonna wear it, but not like Kim Kardashian wore. What's her name's dress?
Kanye West's face.
Yeah. So wait, hang on. All right. According to this, the
Don't ask
five
that,
most famous monocle wearers were in no particular order: Chris Eubank, Colonel Mustard,
Okay.
Patrick Moore, the Penguin, and Karl Marx. So there you go, folks. Jeff is a murder suspect and a communist.
Oh shit. I should change the cover of Tits and Art because it is red.
Oh wow, shit. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
He's a fucking commie. And he's spreading propaganda.
Now, I would just like to say to Alexander the Great, both of your comments are hilarious, but Jeff goes off reading in his Ferrari just sounds like the nicest way to, like, I don't know, have a parking accident. And then he meant to say Jeff goes off-roading in his Ferrari. That sounds about right. Wouldn't you guys like to go off-roading in a fucking race car? Just spin out in circles?
No, you get you get on like slight gravel on that shit. Just starts to not work properly.
Oh, Alexander the Great, I like this. You're good at this. So Jeff throws darts at his Da Vinci's.
It is Da Vinci.
The Mona Lisa has a hole right above her forehead.
Oh my god!
I'm getting close, guys.
Well, no, there was somebody recently who tried to like, I want to say like put something on a Mona Lisa or try to like, put some paint on it or repaint it or something like that. Like, they were trying to do a protest thing, and apparently in all those paintings is like a protective layer of plastic or something. That's this way they could get it off quickly.
For a reason.
Yes, for a reason. So yeah.
Well, you don't want it to end up like that fucking painting of Jesus that lady tried to restore, and he ended up looking like a weird fucking capuchin monkey with Down syndrome.
That is my favorite mishap in history.
Dude, the best part
That's
about
the
that
Halloween
is,
2 from Rob Zombie.
Oh,
yeah, I was gonna say the best part about that is that is essentially the plot of fucking Bean the movie.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
He gets sent over there to hang out with Peter McNichol because the British Art Institute's just trying to get rid of his ass. He shows up. They think he's this famous person, if anybody doesn't know the plot of this movie, and he ends up destroying a very famous painting known as Whistler's Mother. And the entire plot is about how he tries to fix it because, you know, Peter McNichol is convinced that they are going to prison for a very long time. But
Yeah.
Mr. Bean fixes it.
Yeah, somehow.
Through Bean magic.
Yep.
It's kind of funny that Peter McNichol plays that character because it feels like a weird, distant spin-off of Ghostbusters too.
Sure.
Art.
No, you're right. No, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's true. The only difference,
whatever.
well, yeah, the only difference is that, you know, he was. No, there really isn't a difference here. Other than the fact that he wasn't possessed by Whistler's mother and didn't kidnap any children.
That's true.
From 1989 to 1997, he's been Americanized to the point where he lost the accent. So, there you go.
That makes sense because, you know, he may have spent a little time in like a mental facility for nuts people because, you know, of what happened when, you know, Vigo fucked him up. But then he came out and he was perfectly fine on the other side.
Yeah.
Or you could say that what really messed him up is the fact that he had to spend so much time with Calista Flockhart in that one TV show that he was on with her that I can't remember what the hell it's called.
Ally McBeal?
Yeah, that's the one. She gave him like mental disorder through like osmosis of her being like a fucking, you know, anorexic.
So instead of contracting anorexia, he just got something else.
Yeah, he got anorexia of the brain, and that fucked him over. So, you know, that's why he started studying art to, you know, fix it.
There you go. Yeah, he did what a lot of kids do when they go to college. They get art degrees.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, folks, we're going to check in with you guys because we like to, earlier in the show, but as you can tell, we've been having a lot of fun. And we haven't even heard about Kendo's History Corner or checked in with some of the other things that we're going to talk about tonight. So, folks, hit that thumbs up button. And while you're down there, leave us a comment if you're listening as this is archived because, hey, it helps the channel grow by giving us a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know you like it. And by the way, I'd like to welcome our... What did we gain? A couple hundred new subscribers in the last few days. So WCBS keeps on growing. We told you guys we were shooting towards our goal. We keep working towards it every single week. We keep having those growth spurts. So we'd like to tell everyone thank you. But we don't have any growing pains here at WCBS. We're ready. We keep on going. So welcome to everyone who's new. Welcome to the channel. We'd love to have you involved in the conversation. And folks, be on the lookout. Like I said, tomorrow's video... should be out still, but it'll be a little later due to the fact that with Halloween Horror Nights, we weren't able to get anything done yet, but we didn't want to put the show on hold. So be on the lookout for that and more. So, Kendo, do me a favor. Pick a number between 1 and 69, and we will check in with the audience.
21.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
That's also known as the Jimmy Snuka defense.
By the way, Darian217, I did not. If you'd resend the message, or Darian, if you could send the message again, I'd appreciate that, and that way Kendo could forward it over, and we will read that right now as soon as we get that taken care of.
All right,
so,
we'll check the email.
Let's start with tonight. So, folks, thank you to everyone who's already here. First off, John Thomas. So, Boy Toy Robin. Leaving aside the storyline, the art is reprehensible. The fact that the person has a job in comics is absurd. So let's look up Boy Toy Robin because I don't even know what's up with that. Now, okay, let's look this thing up together. When you look up Boy Toy Robin, all you get are actual boys' toys of Robin. So I need to
Don't go to the second page of Google, Jeff. Do not do that.
Don't worry, I've seen enough Teen Titans. I'm good. So I'll look this up. Wait. Oh, okay. So I pulled up some of the art. Let's see. Tim Drake Robin. That's the official name of the book. So the cover is very much inspired by anime. Let me just show this real quick to everyone out there so you can have some context so we can address the super chat properly. But yeah, there we go. So this is the cover. I don't think the cover is bad at all. It's very stylized, but this is the style around the world. I'm a fan of American comics. I prefer the traditional big, bold ink lines, the huge hulking characters. But let's be honest with ourselves. The world has shrunk to the point where you need to be accessible to the entire world market. And so that is why you see more and more of this all the time. Now, we'll click throughout this video to see more of the art, to see what you're talking about. But, while I don't enjoy this style that much in terms of what I would want to produce, I think this is fine. I think this is a cover of necessity. That is how, a lot of books will look these days. And so the interior art is not my cup of tea. I don't really want to... I'm not going to sit and rip on other artists because I think it's pretty low class to do that. I think it shows insecurity yourself if you need to sit and rip on somebody else to build yourself up. Either your work speaks for itself or it doesn't. Am I a fan of this style? Not particularly, but somebody at DC Comics thought it was good enough art, and so I'll leave it at that. But I'm not a fan of the style. This isn't how I would prefer to draw my comic, have my comics colored, inked. This is just not for me. Now, I will say this cross-section right here is really nicely done. Very much reminds me of Chris Ware's work. Again, this is more of an artsy style comic as opposed to your traditional American style book. But I don't, like I said, I'm not a fan of this stuff personally. This traditional style right here, this is my cup of tea. I like the evolution of this style quite a bit. And what else do we have here? Yeah, I could definitely see why people would not enjoy this compared to what I just showed you a second ago. I'm one of the people. This isn't my cup of tea. Yeah, that is not my style of Robin. I'll take classic Robin. I'll take other stuff.
I've got a question here. You, as an artist, do not want to criticize other artists, but could Nick?
You and Nick can say whatever the hell you want.
Nick can. I'm not, because I am an ally, and I refuse to lower myself to ripping on a marginalized community.
Okay, well, I guess it's my job then. It's my job then. This art looks like shit.
Thank you.
It looks
for being honest, Nick.
And like, I'm not a fan of anime. I've tried watching it. Let's not go there. This looks like an anime in anime, basically. That's what it looks like. The way that's drawn, the way its body's proportioned, things like that. I'm just not a fan of it. The one you showed me beforehand, I guess the American one, the way it's done usually, it looks way better.
Yeah, I prefer the American comics. This is just much more
like that. Yeah, that's what I'm used to, and that's what I prefer. The other one just looks too. Yeah, just not a fan of it.
You know what's funny? Even though I'm more of a fan of this style, I wouldn't say I'm a fan of this artist. I don't even know who this is. This is early 90s DC stuff. I like Jim Aparo. I don't think this is Aparo's work. It looks a little too flat. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to bore people with like going on about a Robin cover, but I do like this cover way more than the interior art, and I think the 13 plus label is new. I'm not used to DC having that on their books, so good luck, Robin. I won't be reading your comic even for free.
I'm sure this will be one they'll reboot 18 times and nobody will still read it. So
no. Yeah, that's that's not my cup of tea, man. I will not be buying that book ever. It's honestly, too, outside of the art, not liking the art, I fucking hate Robin. Why do I want to read about Robin when I can just read about Batman, the main event? Okay, Kendo.
Because Robin has feelings, too. That's why.
Yeah. You know who else had feelings? Marty Jannetty. Yeah, they were muted by the cocaine, but you know what? I wouldn't read a Marty Jannetty comic book. I'll read a Shawn Michaels comic book any day of the fucking week. That's the difference. Batman is Shawn Michaels. Robin is Marty Jannetty. People love the Rockers. I don't. There you go. People love Robin. I don't.
That's a very, very fair criticism there, because Marty Jannetty, the Rockers are essentially Batman and Robin. Shawn Michaels is Batman. You want to read about Shawn Michaels. You want to read about Batman. You want to see Shawn Michaels or Batman in action, super kicking people all over the place. You don't give a shit about what happens to Robin. There's a reason why there's been 8 of them at this point, because they keep dying or they evolve, because no one gives a shit. Just like Marty Jannetty.
Yeah, they're cannon fodder. They're human shields for a reason.
When he came out on Raw, disguised, and won the Intercontinental title from Shawn Michaels for a week, that was the high water mark of the life of Marty Jannetty.
Mm-hmm.
That was almost 30 years ago.
Oh, man. Well, this is just another way that we know these comic book companies don't care and don't really know about the audiences and think that they know better. I mean, this is just more evidence in that fact.
The interior art is probably just done because it's very cheap. I mean, I will say this: if I was to be tasked with replicating this style, this would not take very long. We're talking 3 pages a day guaranteed, probably 4 to 5 on a good day, depending on backgrounds. Because this is not difficult art to mimic. I mean, yeah, I will say that I could do this very quickly. This is not, it's basic perspective. The backgrounds look nice. The coloring is atmospheric, but then again, it's, cut and grad, very basic style. So it's about cheapness and whatever. And if you want this, you could get this in America. You'll have to pay more, but nobody's reading comic books anymore. They make more money selling Batman t-shirts and posters and underwear and action figures and accessories and shit more than they do the books. I always thought that you should keep the books at the forefront because that is where your future films come from. Look at Marvel. We're kind of starting to circle the drain where we're going to tell the same stories over and over again. Oh, it's the multiverse. I don't need the same origin twice in 10 years. What you need to do is continue to create, because you can have any opinion you want of Robert Pattinson, but the film The Batman, I enjoyed that one. I liked that enough, and I'm very glad that they continue to print comic books because that film is based on the Scott Snyder Court of Owls era of Batman. We're really getting into a film adapted from something that only launched 11 years ago. So if you were to cancel Batman books, or if you make garbage like you do now forever, in the next 10 years when you go to adapt from the new series of books, you're going to have a shitty Batman film. You're going to either have to remake one, retell the similar origin, or look, folks, if we do garbage comic books forever moving forward, you're going to have to remake The Dark Knight because you'll have such a infected well of shit. You have to keep Batman in print every month to keep him relevant, but you don't put the money or the time behind it. Look, people could do wonderful things. I could do Batman. Do I want to? No, that's not my passion project. That's Spider-Man, and that's a whole different story for another stream. But realistically, hand these books to qualified creators that actually care. There are a million people out there that are dying to break in, that are more talented than the people that are on the page, and they will work for the same amount of money, which I don't advocate that. But there are people that are that into this field that they will work like that. So I just wish DC would find a way to make it beneficial for America, not even America, just the people that really want to do it and that can do it. I'm really surprised with what comics look like these days. There you go. There you go. Vinny Art knows what's up. The books are crap, the money's and everything else for the big companies. There you go, man. You and I are both artists. We know what is up. And Vinny, you've worked at big companies, McFarlane, other places too. You've been on the inside of these things and know what's up. So, folks, check out Vinny Art if you want to hear some more of that stuff. But continuing on, thank you, John Thomas, for that super chat. Joseph Bienowicz, we have the word of the day. Thank you very much. Cesario Japan says, not holding hope for the new Deadpool movie. Ryan did race swap Domino from an ambiguous race assassin to a disco disaster Foxy Brown knockoff. Fair criticism. Kendo and I are both a little biased because we both think Zazie Beetz is very cute and looks cute in that movie. But I'm not going to allow that to color my judgment. I don't like Deadpool 2 that much.
You can't use that word when talking about Zazie Beetz.
I can.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. Never mind. I can't.
Buddy.
Kendo forgot who he was for a second.
Yeah.
Look. I have to go full on Crusader, so, to make up for my own shortcomings.
Well, when I'm done off-roading in my Ferrari, we're going to have a nice long talk about this, okay?
Yeah, on his yacht.
Which one? Do you want to go to the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, or the Baltic? Well, that's closer.
As long as you're not ruining a bridge in, what was it, in Dutchland or whatever, by
Dutchland, yeah. We're gonna go to Dutchland.
There you go, Dutchland.
That's where Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator lives.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
God.
I don't know where we're gonna take the yacht. I'll let Kendo decide. You know what we should do is we should go to international waters, and then I'll tell you the rest when we get there.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Not a
Why
bad
am I
plan.
gonna fucking look? I'm not gonna let the audience know because look, folks at home, somebody's gonna rat us out, and we can't tell Dion because he's got a huge mouth. So, you know,
That's true.
look, if 4 men enter and only 3 leave, you know what happened in international waters. Wasn't
Yeah, one of
pretty
them
for
couldn't
the
give
one
a
that
fucking
didn't come
secret.
back.
Yeah. It'll be
It
like
was a
that
trust
scene in The
issue.
Sopranos when Pussy had to go.
Yeah, that was so sad. God damn.
Yeah, because see, that's the part. That's why I would never work being in the mafia, because you get to be like close friends with these people, and like they're a big part of your life, and then you have to kill them and throw them into an ocean. It's like I'd feel bad doing that to my friends. Strangers, no, but my friends definitely.
Oh my god.
Section 42, Jeff wants to be Sonny Crockett from Miami Vice. Yeah, but I don't want to have to use a cover story. I just want everyone to know exactly who I am. The guy that spilled some wine on his couch and accidentally used Superman #1 to clean it up. Not Action Comics #1. No. I'm not a heathen. I used Superman #1. Less valuable.
Voodoo Ranger Jeff has put out a beer that is Miami Vice themed.
I will acquire that because I bought their James Bond themed beer because it's
did
Voodoo
too.
Ranger, and I drink anything from Voodoo Ranger.
Voodoo Ranger should be the official beer of World Class Bullshitters. It's not. It's Bud Light, but that's because they paid us.
We're- They did. They're like, look. Okay.
But yeah, no. The new Voodoo Ranger hot pack, the 12-pack, they have the Miami Vice one and something else. I think it's supposed to be Fast and Furious. I don't know. I have to look at the can again. But you get to vote on which one you want them to have.
Oh god. Actually, Jeff, when I went to Whorehound for like a day, I went to Party Source and picked up a couple of packs of Rheingeist and took them back with
You
me.
son of a bitch.
Nice. I
Because
forgot you guys liked
I was-
Rheingeist.
well,
Now who's big time in people?
I got
Not
2
me.
packs, just 2 packs of Rheingeist. Kendo, calm
But
down.
I went to Horror Hound without the rest of you guys.
It was literally to get my the thing poster signed and leave. That's all I did.
There was more big time, and look at the celebrities I met getting my thing poster signed. Jesus,
I didn't take
And
the
to
pictures
think-
with them and post them, did I? I didn't do that.
know.
I just got myself signed and left, man.
you sent us. The
Well, I was
picture?
hanging out with John Carpenter last weekend, Nick, so suck on that.
Oh, big time, right back.
Yeah.
Good for you.
You want to try it? I will one up you every single time. You want to play 21? Well, I'm not going to finish that one. Kendo.
Oh god.
Alexander the Great knows that I'm a man of class. Jeff has the director's cut of 6 Days, 7 Nights.
Oh my god.
Yes, I do.
Oof. Is that
It was a
movie
whole
with
different
Harrison
cycle of
Ford and that crazy driver lady?
Yes, it
forgot
was
she passed
actually.
away.
Yes, it was.
That's a guilty pleasure movie of mine.
Oh god, I remember that came out. They advertised for him so much. Same with what was it? It was some horror movie he did. It was like Beneath something.
What Lies Beneath?
What Lies Beneath? Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that's
like
it.
a horror thriller or whatever.
I saw
that
it.
he was in.
Too.
Yeah, they advertised the shit out of that for Harrison Ford. It was crazy.
It pissed me off as a kid because that was the first time I ever saw him play the bad guy.
Yeah.
I was like, how is Hans? I didn't call him Han Solo or Indiana Jones. I was like, how is Harrison Ford the bad guy? Like,
That's how I
it
felt
really
watching the
boggled my
Expendables
12-year-old
3.
mind.
Yeah, that was a strange movie, man. Strange movie.
So let's keep moving with the audience. Thank you, folks, for joining us tonight. Let's see. Cesaro Japan. We did read that. Cesaro Japan again. Trevor Noah, now Samantha Bee, and James Corden will all be gone from late night by next year. Come on, John Oliver or Stephen Colbert.
Can only fucking hope.
Oh yeah. I heard that about Trevor Noah. 7 years. He's like, yeah, I can't do what Jon Stewart did. 14, but I'm halfway there. I'll just quit
What,
now.
be
It's
funny?
like, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
He did not live up to Jon Stewart at all.
No.
No.
It wasn't even close.
He, like many of the other late night people, are only well known because of the years 2016 to 2020. There's a reason for that. Once that went away, they were exposed for the hacks that they are.
Yeah, and also Trevor Noah doing it from his living room of his shitty apartment didn't help anything either.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it just like you didn't get to put in the audience reaction and them clapping or laughing or whatever, so that didn't help you at all. It was just sad. It's very, very sad.
I mean, does the audience actually laugh with the Daily Show or at the Daily Show?
I think they're just there and they see the applause thing light up. And they're like, oh my god.
So I'm never gonna miss Trevor Noah. I just never found him to ever be anything but there. Yeah. And I'm over the political comedian. Just that thing. It's not the early 2000s. It's not, and I don't mean like comedians talking about politics. I mean a guy like that who's just like, that's his shtick. It's all he is. Like, you can have Jon Stewart tell other kind of jokes or comedy. I don't believe Trevor Noah can do anything besides that one fucking note. I'd love to be proven wrong, but everything I've seen has just been...
he tried. He got a couple of Netflix specials, but they were okay. They weren't anything like, to write home about. They were fine.
I think I should tell my mom right now. Dear Mom, the guy you hate is finally retiring. She actually does hate Trevor Noah.
She does. That's funny.
Yeah, my mom has a vendetta against him. I'm like, all right, Mom. Good.
That's really funny.
At least my mom hates
really
shitty,
funny.
Shitty.
Yeah,
people.
yeah. At least, like, thank God we know where you got your taste from, your mom. So that's good. That's good. She, solid taste.
She does like Nicolas Cage as well.
I mean,
nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that.
Oh, he's a legend.
He has varying degrees of good and bad. So that doesn't.
God, yeah. Bad, he's good.
That's true. That's true.
Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. Watch that movie. That is bad Nicolas Cage, but it is great.
His soul is breakdancing.
God. Ah, what a great movie. It's a bad movie, but God, it's so good.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. Folks, go watch that right now. No, don't do it right now. Wait till the show's over, then do it. I think it's on Prime.
That's what we're gonna tell you to do after tonight's show, folks. Just go give yourselves an interesting watch. Now, our friend Cesario Japan has an interesting question for Professor Kendo. Can you talk about Mad Jack Churchill, the World War II Scottish soldier that went into battle with a longbow, bagpipes, and a broadsword?
If I knew more about him, I would love to talk about him, but I don't. So I will go ahead and put a note in there. What was his name? Mad
Jack Churchill.
Churchill. All right. Well, I've got it saved right here. I will look into him just a bit more, and then I will gladly talk about him.
I mean, that dude. Holy shit! He lived to be 90, almost 90.
Well, some of the meaner people out there, Jeff, they make it a long time.
I like what Lewis Black said about that. The good die young and assholes live forever.
Oh, just like diamonds. Cool.
Yeah, unless you put those diamonds in a fucking space laser, then that's different.
The splazer? I could get down for that. Now, to our friend Darian217, I just got the email a few minutes ago, and he asked for Buffalo Jeff for president and a horsewoman bawling for Dion. So, Darian217, I still haven't had a chance to make the Buffalo Jeff for president button. So if you'd like to request something else, I'll gladly press anything you want. And while you're asking for the Dion, aphrodisiac video, let's click on it right now. There you go. And like I said, Darian217, just pick a different one, and we will. I'll gladly press that for you. Thank you for reminding me, though. And folks, if we ever miss anything, you know how to contact us. We usually tweet those out too. because it's like, hey, we missed this as we went off air. Here's what we're going to say. Remind us next week. Xavier to God, thank you very much. He says, how do we feel about Jackman's Wolverine in Deadpool 3? Also, it better be rated R, and can we get a real X-Force movie? Well, Xavier to God, if you could give us a moment, we'll come back to that in just a moment, because we'll use that to springboard about the topic so we can talk about that a little more in depth. But Ninja Lawyer Steve, thank you for your message. We're happy you're out of the hospital and hanging out with us this evening. TLJ Screwjob says, can I get the Beverly Hills Cop buttons? Well, of course you can. Ask and ye shall receive here on World Class Bullshit.
I'd just like to say. Jesus.
Hey, what's that music from?
There you go. You wanted your back-to-back Beverly Hills Cop buttons? Asking ye shall receive. Thank you, TLJ Screwjob. All right, so Xavier DeGaulle will read this one before we go back to the Wolverine in the movie topic. He says, we got Toby's Spider-Man, we're getting Ryan and Hugh's Wolverine and Deadpool. Why can't we get Wesley's Blade? Well, Xavier DeGaulle, I don't know if it's as impossible, maybe. Because didn't Blade get delayed or lose its director?
Yeah, just recently they lost another director.
So I understand that's not going to change the film. Look, movies lose directors all the time. Things happen. Shit happens and you party naked. We know how it goes. So yes, 2 days ago they announced that Blade had lost its director, Bassam Tariq. Now, it's supposed to come out next November, so they'll get anybody to fill in the space because it's just, a Marvel movie. It doesn't really matter who directs these things. It's Kevin Feige and a committee of studio people, excuse me. So I would love for this process to take so long that the film doesn't get made and they just throw Wesley Snipes a bone and bring him back. Like, this is the one chance. Like, if it's going to happen, this is it. It couldn't happen in any other way.
If that were to happen, dude, he's gonna ask for such a high fucking paycheck. It's gonna be ridiculous.
No, he's not, because he does not have any power anymore. He will take what they give him, and he'll probably give him a good back end deal.
Yeah, at least get a good back end deal, like VOD and other shit, like toys and whatever, things like that.
I think Wesley Snipes deserves it. What people don't give him enough credit for is if his Blade film wasn't what it was, there would not be Marvel movies today. Blade was that first one to change the perception and really get the people behind the scenes talking about what you can do with Marvel characters. And then 2 years later, you had the success of X-Men, which really bounced off the Blade hype with the Matrix success. It was a really good time to be these movies. And then Spider-Man came out and solidified what you could do with source-accurate comic book movies. Before that, you had smatterings of reinterpretations, or the Superman story is iconic and pretty much the source as well. But we had spent so many years trying to change things, alter them, make them more for the new millennium, the new age audience. And they would make movies and alter things like that continuously after Spider-Man, but Spider-Man also had the nerve to do the accurate costumes and all these other things. So it was a really great time, and Wesley Snipes' Blade is the grandfather of all of that for the Marvel movies. So I would love to see Wesley Snipes' Blade return. I don't like this new guy playing Blade, and it's not that I don't like him, I don't like that he's playing Blade. He might be cool. I mean, maybe. But what do you guys think about that?
Kendo.
I'm sorry, I was caught playing on my phone and I wasn't listening. Wesley Snipes is the true Blade, and I mean, in this time and place that we live in, if we're really going to make another Blade movie, we have to be true to form of the time that we live in, and Shia LaBeouf should be race swapped to play Blade.
I'll second that.
That was good recovery. That was a good recovery.
That was good. That was solid. Points to you, sir. No, I'm for Wesley Snipes coming back. We just didn't make it, Blade 4, like Blade Rebirth or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Call it that. And just bring him back, have him do his thing. And I think if they announce that, so people will be lining up to pre-order their tickets to go see the movie.
That's
How about
true.
Blade 4: The Sharpening?
Fucking called that too.
As long as
I
it's
would
got
watch
Wesley
that.
Snipes in it, it's gonna win.
Yeah, definitely.
is
Because I mean, like
looking-
like you said, that first one, especially just the opening scene, is ridiculous and so much fun that you just you want to watch the whole movie. And two added so much story to the vampires and who they were and things like that as well. Three was it was a fucking Hail Mary, it didn't work, and it wasn't that good. But
No.
they tried. But no, I think we need a fourth one. I think they need to trade out the dude and put Wesley in there, because honestly, if they do that, they would literally have people lining up to go watch it. Now that they're rebooting it and making it probably like PG-13, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares.
I just I was just trying to find more information about this movie, if there's anything to get excited for. Oh no, guys! Jordan Peele had stated that he won't direct this reboot due to his commitment with the Twilight Zone and other projects.
Oh,
And he's still doing Twilight Zone. How the fuck is that possible?
All I was gonna say is, now that all that shit's over and done with, what if it goes back to Jordan Peele?
What is he?
God,
But
no.
like, here's the thing. Nope, barely crossed $100 million, just barely. It took so long for it to do that, nobody cared. And the fact, and one thing I'm really pissed off about that is that Universal, I think, Hollywood, built a whole park of his fucking movie out there for some reason. They had that much faith. Yeah, they had that much faith in the fucking property. They sacrificed a section of their park for his fucking movie. Which
It's actually pretty cool. It's
Shut up,
pretty
Jeff.
cool.
Shut up. You're
my
fucking up my
concern
point. You're
is
fucking up my
this.
point. Fucking up my point, goddammit.
If Jordan Peele comes back to direct Blade is like, the vampires are going to be all white, and they're going to be oppressing people, and that's why they have to kill them. It's not because they're vampires and they're evil. No, it's because they are honkies and they're evil.
Oh god. Yeah, and that's exactly what it's gonna be like. It really is, and I would not want him to direct that movie at all. It would be so fucking boring.
Oh god, yeah.
God. Yeah, it would just be constantly preaching and educating me and all the time. It's like, I don't care, man. I do not fucking care. Just make a good action-packed movie about this Wesley Snipes just slicing vampires' heads off and them turning into fucking dust. Just give me that movie for 90 minutes, please. That's all I want.
I'd watch that.
Like for instance, part 1 is a good example of how you want the movie to go. You have just enough story to give you information you need. There's a ton of fucking action, especially in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. And he picks up the pieces and knows what's going on with the fucking blood god and the main dude and everything and then the end he gets supercharged with with whatever blood he's got and starts kicking fucking ass. It's great and it's pacing and everything. We just need that again. Get that director and those writers who did the first one, get Wesley back and do that again. That's all you got. That's all you need to do. All you need to do.
Since this is a very topical super chat from our friend Etep Wakulian's Place to Be Reviews.
Etep, we love you, buddy.
Hey, the bald idiot.
Plot twist: Blade is played by Chris Rock. His enemies are an army of Will Smith clones, and they're led by Jada. Watch Rock smack his way through the undead.
Oh my god, dude!
That.
Oh my no! I would watch that in a fucking heartbeat. I would pre-order the goddamn 4K Blu-ray for that shit.
That's a
immediately.
fucking opening night masterpiece.
It is, man. You would make so much money you wouldn't know what to fucking do with.
Sign me up.
Folks, if you're interested also in seeing what's going on in the world of She-Hulk, go check out Etep Wakulian's Place to Be Reviews and watch his reviews of She-Hulk, because you don't want to actually watch the show yourself.
Yeah, he did a really good video, I think, yesterday about what is it, Elizabeth Banks trying to backtrack what the advertising was for Charlie's Angels, and how she tried to bullshit her way through what's going. She basically tried to say, it's like, oh yeah, I didn't want it to be this thing. It's like, no, the advertisement said what you wanted to be, and that's why you fucking failed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he exposed.
I gotta look into that, because I'm gonna use this. So, folks, I look at the numbers. I know how much you guys enjoy the long form, deep takes on these topics. So I'm going to take this Elizabeth Banks topic, and I'm also going to take the all this other news and make a nice long video. But I'm not going to rush it. So expect that in a couple days, because it's really not worth it if I'm going to put out something more definitive. It's like stupid to rush it. You'll remember it was okay, but not finished. So I definitely want to talk about that, because the Charlie's Angels fiasco is one of those situations that, while not as impactful as other egg on the face moments of Hollywood like Ghostbusters 2016, it's definitely, how do I want to say it, just as funny. And Elizabeth Banks is an actor, producer, whatever, that
Dude,
I
she had 4 fucking jobs on the movie, and she also starred in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it was fucking ridiculous.
And I think she's pretty solid, like, across the board. I wouldn't say she's my favorite person, but I liked her in Spider-Man. I liked her in The 40-Year-Old Virgin. I've liked her in a handful of movies that I've seen her in. And I'd be lying if I told you the 2017 Power Rangers movie was the worst Power Rangers movie I've ever seen. I've seen Turbo, a Power Rangers film. I've seen shitty films, in Power Rangers 2017 isn't what I would consider a classic, or dare I say good, but I got through it, and you could convince me to watch it again, like for a commentary, for something for the channel. It wouldn't be like twisting my arm. I'd go, okay, fine, whatever. But so I kind of like Elizabeth Banks because she can do different things, but she really just kind of became like all of these other people during Charlie's Angels. It's like, oh, what makes Elizabeth Banks different? Well, she kind of knows what she's doing. Look at her movie success. Look at how she appeals to her demographic and does, keeps continuing to be successful. And then that happened, and you're just like, oh. And then ever since then, I've kind of lost the, I won't say respect, but yeah, I guess that's the right word to say. It's just like she's whatever now.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, I think the 2 weeks leading up to that, she's like, oh, this is not made for men. Men don't need to go watch this, that, and the other. And apparently nobody went to go fucking watch it. Yeah. Because
why didn't men come see this movie?
Yeah, then like the following week, she's like, when did men come see this movie? Because you told us not to. Like, make up your fucking mind. Yeah, it's like, movies are released to a general audience for a fucking reason. Okay, so everybody can go watch it. Yeah. This whole idea this movie's not made for you is just a fucking excuse for Hollywood, so they can alienate a certain demographic and make them feel like crap, and maybe make them go watch it. It doesn't fucking work. It hasn't ever since I started this shit back in 2015 of like demonizing sections of the fan base and the audience, saying, "Oh, you're an islamophobe for not liking what we're putting out." It's like, what you're putting out is crap, and nobody likes it because you're being preachy and forceful with your message. When you make something like Top Gun Maverick that's just fun and is just a good movie across the board, people will go and fucking watch it regardless of how the theater is or pandemic or whatever the fuck. They'll put their money where their mouth is and go watch it. And as you saw, that movie made over $1 billion without the help of China, without China investments, without any of that bullshit, and it made its money back. And it had less of a production budget than fucking Buzz Lightyear.
Oh yeah, shit.
And it's one of those things where people are talking with their wallets, and Hollywood is still not fucking listening. It's frustrating.
It is frustrating, dude. It's actually just laughable at this point because, for example, I saw a movie that was released in 2022, and I thought it was excellent. It was called The Black Phone. Have you seen that?
I need to watch, dude. I've been missing that. I need to watch it. I actually watched. Funny, you were talking about watching movies. There was a secret one that came out Monday that Regal was had all over their apps and emails and everything. That like, oh, pay $5 and go watch this movie Monday. So I did, and it was the greatest beer run ever with Zac Efron. Mm-hmm. Wonderful movie. Oh my god, so good. So it's a really heartfelt drama because this kid who grows up in the in like I think the Bronx or Boston or some place like that. I forget where, and a lot of his friends and a lot of people that live in the area are getting drafted and going to Vietnam and they're dying. And he has to see them. He has to go back. He has to go to the funerals and see their parents and things like that. And it's a very tight knit community there. And so he makes a declaration at this bar that he goes to. It's like, well, and he's really drunk. He's like, well, I'm gonna take beer to our boys in Vietnam. I'm gonna gonna fly. I'm gonna get over there and give our boys a beer. And all his friends are like, "You do that," and they all kind of convince him, and like he's like, "Yeah, it's a good idea." And then he wakes up the next morning, and like he's getting details and messages and things to give certain people, and it's becoming too real for him. And he's like, "Fuck, I got to do this." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go look and see if if a ship is actually going to going to Vietnam and going to that area." And sure enough, one is. And he's like, "Shit, I have to do this." So he gets his duffel bag full of beer and a razor and the toothpaste and toothbrush, and he gets in this boat and travels 2 months to Vietnam. Oh man, and like the shitty seas, the things he has to go through, and like it's one of those things where he's hearing things in the news in America, and he goes over there and he sees what's actually going on, and there's a stark difference, and he realizes that, and is still trying to find his guys. One of the funniest things that happens is that because he's in plain clothes, and he looks like a civilian, everybody there thinks he's CIA. It's really funny until one point it isn't. But no, highly recommend the movie. It is really wonderful, very good story. I'm actually listening to the audiobook right now of the entire thing because I want to get more details on it. But highly recommend it.
I would like to also throw in one more review. I watched a terrible movie. It was a terrible idea that it was made, and it was an even worse idea that I watched it. I sat through They Them.
Oh God.
Oh.
Yeah, the transgender reassignment camp horror movie.
Yep.
It was fucking terrible. I cannot overestimate how terrible this movie was. Look, folks, it is the prime example of why this diversity casting, and I'll explain what I mean in a moment, is a terrible choice. So it is a problem nowadays to have an actor portray something that they're not. So everyone got upset when Scarlett Johansson almost played a transgender character for Rub and Tug, or people get upset if a British person plays a Scottish or an English person plays an American person or something like that. Like there's a lot of people that are up in arms about this lack of honesty. They forget it's called acting, but whatever. This is the prime example of why you hire actors for movies based on talent, not on their identity. Yeah, you got real trans people and real this and real that. They can't act. Kevin Bacon is a pretty good actor. He can't carry a fucking movie. This thing was unwatchable. I can't even yell and scream about it. Folks, if you take anything away from tonight's show, besides all that sniz, do not watch They Them. I'll come up with a fucking YouTube video for it over Schlocktoberfest, but it is absolute dog shit. It's as stupid and crappy as you think it's going to be. It is absolutely horrid. Jesse and I were watching Black Phone because there was going to be a Black Phone themed maze at Universal Horror Nights, so we wanted to be up to date. So we watched Black Phone. That was a great movie. I actually had a conversation with her. Do I like it more than I like Maverick? I had to think about it because I really dug the Black Phone. It is a horror movie that is like it was made fucking 20 years ago. Good story, good acting, good cast, dynamic idea that I've never really seen done a lot. I was on board the entire time. I'm going to talk about it that vaguely, so you just go watch it. That's it. That's the Ed Vigley Jr. version of the fucking review.
I guess since we're doing our review minute, there's one more I gotta talk about. Barbarian.
Throw it in.
Came out a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Barbarian. Let's see. I'll read the synopsis. A young woman discovers the rental house she booked is already occupied by a stranger. Against her better judgment, she decides to spend the night, but then discovers there's a lot more to fear than just an unexpected guest. This movie was fucking wild. There's this Airbnb in the middle of like Detroit in the worst neighborhood ever. Like this house looks pristine, but this Airbnb that's getting rented out, and these two people are in the first half of the movie, and you keep thinking that Bill Skarsgård is the bad guy, but he's not. He's really not. And then, like, halfway through, Justin Long shows up because he owns the Airbnb, and he realizes what's going down and what's going on, and you know, and all the shit that's going on in this thing. Like people are getting murdered inside this Airbnb, and you know they don't know what's going down. I'm trying not to say too much, but it's one of those movies where it's like you think it's going a certain way, but it goes left. And I fucking loved it. It was entirely ridiculous when you learn what's going on, what the premise is, what's, you know, how it's all done. It's fucking crazy. It is really crazy.
I want to watch it. It's going to be watched this season because I had heard about that earlier, and Jesse and I are like, "Oh, we'll give that a watch." So
yeah, no, it's a good watch. Definitely a good watch.
So, folks, we hope you enjoyed the review minute. No, it's been nice to watch new stuff regularly. I mean, it's hard to just like watch what you need to for the channel because the audience is like, look, we know that, but we want to hear about new things too. So, folks, I will highly recommend the Black Phone. Like, if you have Peacock, it's on there exclusively. This is not a commercial. This is not a plug. I mean, this episode is brought to you by Omaha Steaks, but they're not sponsoring tonight's show. No, this week's episode is brought to you by
Omaha Steaks and Blue Chew, so you can get meat and then give her the meat.
Yeah,
and then
or him. We don't
and
judge.
then afterwards,
yeah, we don't judge. We don't judge.
Yeah, just be happy, folks, and go to titsandart.com right now. But seriously, we are going to start talking about the Wolverine Deadpool stuff because our friend Xavier DeGod had sent in a super chat earlier, and we are going to go through everything tonight, folks. So, he asked how we feel about Jackman's Wolverine in Deadpool 3. Also, it better be rated R, and could we get a real X-Force movie? So let's start by talking about the Deadpool 3 trailer. So what did you guys think of the Deadpool 3 announcement?
I think Ryan Reynolds is hilarious in general, so I was down for it. I was good to hear it, but I'm scared because once again Disney owns it, and like I don't trust them at all anymore. I don't trust them at all. I trust Ryan Reynolds, but I don't trust Disney. So it's kind of a conflict of interest there. I trust him, and I trust him implicitly. I think he's going to do a good job with it because one and two are great. I just hope three is as good. But we'll see.
Yeah, I do too. Kendo, what say you, sir?
Same thing. A lot of hesitancy there just because I know who's in charge now and I've seen where this goes. I'm hoping that they take their heads out of their asses and say, we can't legislate what Ryan Reynolds does with his movie because it's popular and it's well known and beloved because of him. So we're not going to get involved and we're not going to get our mucky fingers all over said production. But then again, I also know who we're talking about here and how they like to be involved in everything that happens. So I'm going into this with some reservations.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm going in with reservations. I'm feeling like a lot of people cautiously optimistic because Ryan Reynolds has done a great job playing Deadpool. I really love the first one, and the second one's fine. I can't act like it's a bad film. It's a really solid quality film with a good story. I just really don't like the kid. I think that kid is stupid. I don't think he adds to the story. I don't like the actor. Whatever. It's just I don't enjoy that element of the movie. The other stuff with the Juggernaut and how X-Force dies, I thought that was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I do think I would like to see a real X-Force movie. But hear me out for a minute, folks. I don't think what we're getting with a lot of these reappearances in the MCU by classic actors is essentially confirmation of a series of wonderful films. I think we're at the end. I think Disney knows we're at the end. I think they have crunched the numbers. I would fucking put a Dukes Brothers bet on all of this stuff. They've crunched the numbers and looked at how long the superhero game can keep running. How long will these characters be in vogue? And we're really getting on, we're at the end. Everyone's getting tired. There's a lot of fatigue going around. But when you bring back the classic actors, there's hype for a movie. I think what we're doing is setting up for a Wolverine appearance in this, and then a Wolverine appearance in whatever the Avengers end movie is. I'm going to guess, and I'll make that Dukes Brothers bet, that every not every classic, but you're going to see a lot of these classic characters return, like your Tobey Maguires, your Hugh Jackmans. I guess we'll give Andrew Garfield the nod as being classic at this point. It's been a decade, so got to give that respect. But I think what will happen is you'll get all of this to basically pay off in this multiverse crossover Avengers movie where you could have Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, the X-Men led by Hugh Jackman, Spider-Man as Tobey Maguire, like literally the nerd's wet dream of a movie. What I'm seeing is the seeds planted for this big epic payoff, because how do you top Endgame? How do you get to the $3 billion, the $5 billion picture? Well, you give everybody their favorite version of their favorite character all in one movie. It's no longer to see all the characters together. Now you need to see the specific versions of each character either together or apart with a new team. Like, that is what the thing is, and that's where you're going to go with this. So after you have Hugh Jackman return in Wolverine, as Wolverine in Deadpool 3, I say you go quiet. I would love to be in a world where you have a new series of X-Men where he's Wolverine and X-Force and this and that, and you de-age him with the CGI because he's perfect, he's great. I don't want another actor to play Wolverine. But like with John Krasinski playing Reed Richards that one time, I don't think Hugh Jackman's back like, forever. And I wish that was the case. I'd say we see him, and I don't think we do much until either this big Marvel blowout in 2025, and then you get the Great Reset where you start fresh with everybody, or you don't touch Wolverine for a while as you have a concurrent X-Men film series. That's how I see that. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I think they're gonna gauge how they use Wolverine when Deadpool 3 comes out. If it's a massive hit and they make, they have a good weekend, they're gonna put him in everything. And I mean everything. He's probably going to be snippet pieces, and things here and there, and they're going to up his screen time over and over until they get to, like you said, the next Avengers movie. That's what's going to happen. His screen time is going to be throughout. He's going to probably be in that whole thing. When they get to it, because right now they're just testing to see if he still got power, if people still want to see Wolverine, if they still want him in there. I mean, we do, because we've known him for so long now. He's our Wolverine. That's fine. But they're checking with the new generation and the new people who are going to start watching these movies now. They're wanting to see if he still got the pull, and if he does, and Deadpool 3 does good, he'll be in everything.
I would love to see him around. He never disappointed me. But if they do new X-Men films with him, I don't necessarily want him to be the lead. That doesn't mean I dislike him, but I would like other characters to be interesting as well. Like Jean Grey, Cyclops, Rogue. It depends on what era of team you want to do, honestly. But I want to see the X-Men go on missions and not just the personal stuff for the battle with Magneto. I want to see more X-Men. And we've seen some of this in other films, but I was just sticking with the old Bryan Singer shit. But I want to see the X-Men go on an international mission to all of them, not just Rogue and Jean Grey to pick up Nightcrawler. I mean, I want to see them all land in Genosha and fucking fight, because I just read X-Men Avengers Blood Ties on an airplane the other day, and it was fun. I never read it as a kid because I never got all the issues, and I was like, well, if I don't have part 4, why am I going to read the other books? And then I didn't really understand how comic books went back then.
Fair enough.
But I'd like to. I think the X-Men. And I've heard stuff from people talking about how the industry is looking at certain Marvel characters and how X-Men is, something that's coming in the future. I think X-Men's it. That's what Marvel could do. If they're going to cross over everything and end it with the Avengers, who knows? Maybe they rebuild their films with an X-Men universe.
I think what's going to happen is everything we've seen in all the old stuff is going to die. Let's see. Yeah, no, Vinny, Vinny, I agree. But I think what's gonna happen at the end of this Phase 5 bullshit that they're trying to pull now, I think people are only going to like the newer X-Men stuff probably, and then Fantastic Four. They're not really going to care about the other stuff because it's been part of this whole story, and I think they're bored with it. They're probably going to latch on to Fantastic Four and X-Men and keep that going for a little bit longer. Not much longer.
Yeah, and adding to that, I mean, for a lot of people that are casual fans that only know of the MCU. They don't really know anything about the other X-Men movies and all that stuff. That's going to be one of those situations where that they can lean into that to say, oh, we're going to get the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, and they're going to be part of the MCU now, and this and that and the other thing. That's only going to go so far. At a certain point, those people are eventually going to check out and not stick with it. And the thing is this, okay, what made the original MCU run so great? There was actually a plan. They had a plan in place. We knew where it was leading. We knew where it was going. There was a roadmap, and it was just about the journey to get there. We don't have that with the MCU now. We have no idea where the fuck they're going. They're all over the fucking place. They're like an Uso driving in Florida on a Saturday night.
Oh shit!
So, that's where we're at right now. They have no idea what they're doing. They don't have any idea where they're going, and it's just there's no fucking coherent plan.
Oh, are you sure they're not like Anne Heche driving?
Ooh. Neither were sober. So yeah, probably.
Straight to the pole. Anyways,
Ouch. That was mean.
Hey, it happened. I'm sorry.
True.
Yeah. I'm not here to call you out on that.
Yeah, I mean, I once again, I just want it to be on par with the first two movies. I want it to be rated R, which I highly doubt that's going to be a thing with Disney, and they're just being like, oh, we can't do R, we can do PG-13. It's not going to happen. Sorry. It's like, listen, guys, you can do it. Pull the fucking trigger, grow some balls, make it R. Come on. Yeah, I mean, they got beat up by Joker, so
Oh yeah,
that was rated R. That was made for $70 million and made tons of money.
well,
so
it's why it beat The Rise of Skywalker. I'm so happy that it did.
Yeah.
Even though that
There's
movie was
opportunities
a
there.
fucking danger.
Yeah. And yeah, it's people want the rated R stuff. That's what, like even the first Deadpool, made a lot of fucking money. Like the money's there. You just have to fucking do it. And it seems like nobody really cares for their new like online shows. Nobody cares for them because like they'll watch the first two episodes and then the viewership just goes to shit. So like they're not doing very well with that.
No. It's like the things that are pushed the biggest, that have the most money behind them, kind of suck the most too. Because it's like, you guys can't risk these billion-dollar properties on something that's, not going to appeal to as many people, but you're also alienating everybody at the same time. It's incredible.
Yeah, well, only Disney can do that because they seem to just know nothing. They're rudderless. They thought they were going one way and they're going another, and it's just not working out at all. And hopefully soon,
L's for some reason.
Yeah, hopefully soon they crash into that fucking iceberg and sink to the bottom. But who knows?
Hey, that iceberg has a family name.
Oh well.
So, there was another trailer that dropped where it was basically Wolverine and Deadpool talk. I'm just going to refer to them as the characters. Sorry, folks. Wolverine and Deadpool were sitting there talking about the fight they're going to have and how they're in their prime. And basically, that's all you learned about with the movie. And fine. It's going to be a silly crossover with no real big tie-in, but we know it's not going to be rated R. They've told us that, or have they changed that?
I don't know if this. I don't remember they said anything. I honestly don't remember at all. I was just happy to hear that Deadpool 3 was going to come out, and then it was kind of like, oh yeah, Disney owns it. Shit, it's not going to be that good.
Do you think the appeal of Deadpool is still there, even if Disney didn't own it? Let's say everything exactly happened the same in the world. Everything's the same except 20th Century Fox is still its own studio. That's it. And this movie is exactly the same trailer, the exact same tone and everything.
Okay, I think what would happen then, because Fox is not as big as the other two, they would probably push Deadpool earlier on. It wouldn't happen like this. It would happen probably like pre-pandemic, I would say, because they would see the money in that and they would want that to go through.
There's some higher fucking hopes, is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and they would have pushed it a few years ago, not now. and it would have been rated R. It would have been, you know, they probably try to push the fucking ratings as hard as they could, honestly, and just make it as fun as they could. And it would, and I think it would be on. I think even then people would be like, oh, it's not as good as the first two, but it would still be in the same vein of the other two. It would probably just be like, oh, it's not as good as the people would just kind of be down on it because it's the third one. Even though it'd still be rated R and still be, you know, I would think just as good. But now with Disney owning it, there's a lot more chefs in the kitchen, and that's the problem.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks, exactly. Too many cooks, and too many people telling them what to do, how to do their job, and how to make it, you know, a certain way. And they have like limits and all the stuff they have to keep up now. They can't do certain things, so I don't know.
Yeah, we've seen this movie before, so we have a sneaky suspicion of where it's going.
Yeah.
Spicy Octopus, why wasn't Deadpool 3 announced at the D23 Expo? I don't know, but have you guys heard about what else wasn't revealed at the D23 Expo?
I heard I keep seeing memes for stuff, but I don't know what it was because I really, once again, didn't care about the D23 Expo. So
word on the street is that Kathleen Kennedy blocked the announcement of Harrison Ford playing General Thunderbolt Ross in the upcoming Marvel movies, which Harrison Ford in Marvel would be... Okay, so for a little context, Nick, General Ross is Betty Ross's dad, the old guy from the Hulk movie. Remember William Hurt?
Yeah.
Harrison Ford would essentially replace him, which I don't see that as like a lateral step in terms of like age. I mean, I think Harrison Ford's a decade older than William Hurt was, but Harrison Ford's also my favorite actor, and I'll watch him in anything.
Yeah.
Except the movies that I didn't go see, like Ender's Game or 42 or Morning. I haven't seen a Harrison Ford movie in theaters since... Man, okay, Star Wars, sadly, were the last Harrison Ford movies I saw in theaters, but I digress. He's my favorite for a reason.
Ender's Game was disappointing.
It was disappointing. It really was.
I was forced to read that book as a summer read for high school, so I kind of just, you know, zipped through it and didn't really take it in. I don't really have any reverence for Ender's Game, but I guess I should go back and give it a shot, right? It's like
the book's good.
Seminal classic.
Yeah, the movie was okay. Like, once again, I didn't know it was a book until later. I just thought it was about crazy space stuff, and I went to go watch it, and I thought it was interesting. And I had no idea he was in it until I watched it, and I was like, oh, cool, Harrison Ford's in this. And you know, the speech he gives is pretty good. The way, you know, he's good in it in general. But that ending was so fucking weird.
Yeah, so like the book, give the book another try, Nick. Honestly, if you go read the book, you're gonna be like, wow, that movie was not that good.
Yeah.
So, folks, the reason that to finish that story that Kathleen Kennedy blocked Harrison Ford is because she didn't want it to steal thunder from Indiana Jones 5, which...
Oh, I thought she was getting fired this week.
I heard that too.
I wish she would have gotten fired. Well, look, the video that we put out about the press and the mismanagement is doing well, folks. So go over and watch that. There was a Screen Rant article. I talk about that in the video.
I'm honestly surprised somebody like a place like kind of with their status put out a fucking article like that said, "Oh, it's being mismanaged," because Screen Rant was always like suckling at the teat of Star Wars like all the time.
Exactly.
So for them to like, I guess, turn heel is really weird. They must not be getting the free tickets anymore to Disneyland or whatever.
Yeah,
so.
no sense in shilling if there ain't anything there for you to fucking suckle at.
Yeah.
Well, it goes a little deeper because they're only re-reporting on a Deadline Hollywood Reporter insider who like was on a different, bigger platform. So this is a trickle-down story to them, and you know, look at it.
That's crazy.
Somebody actually has the nerve to say it, which is nice.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, they've been stagnant even with what is it coming out? Fucking Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out this month, next month, tomorrow, I guess. Already. Yeah. I watched a trailer for that, and I'm just not happy. I'm just not gonna watch it.
Poor you.
Yeah, it doesn't look good because there's some weird origin story of the book we're getting, and it just doesn't look fun. I mean, sadly, the book that they came out with in 2017 probably would have been better than what they're doing now.
I saw Hocus Pocus in theaters in 1990, whatever year it was, and I enjoyed it. but I also haven't watched it since then, outside of like clips online. I don't even remember much about that movie.
It was a fun
Should I
movie.
go
I
back and
enjoyed
watch
it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Also, the main the main kid the main kid also did, I think, Erie, Indiana around that time as well. Either before or after it, and that also kind of was part of it. And then they did like I think another show like that. Erie, Indiana lasted 2 seasons. There was another one like it as well. It was weird. It was a fun show though.
I enjoyed Erie, Indiana.
It was really good. It was really enjoyable.
It wasn't nearly as good as, I wasn't gonna use Goosebumps as a comparison. There was another show.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Are You Afraid of the Dark was better than all of those. That was legitimately scary.
Yeah, that intro was always scary.
They always went for it on that
They
show.
did. They did.
Goosebumps was hokey as fuck.
It was fucking hokey. It was
The
terrible.
books are hokey as fuck, but such good reads.
I need to, maybe I should go back and read one, just for fun.
I've done that a few times. Like, I found my Goosebumps collection one day, and I was like, God, I fucking forgot I had all these books. So, like, I literally found a book that had a bookmark in it that probably got put in like 1997. And 20 years later, I picked it up right where I left off and finished the book. I'm like, 14-year-old me would be proud.
Even though it took you this long to read it.
Yeah. It took me 23 years to read that book. I used to read a Goosebumps book in a day on a good day when I was in like 6th grade. Nah, The Barking Ghost, 22 years.
Oh, man.
I keep on keeping on, my friend.
Yeah, I need to finish that collection.
I do too. One day. I tried playing the Goosebumps video game on Xbox because I was gonna.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah,
it's
unplayable.
It's fucking terrible.
It is.
Yeah.
I turned it right off.
Even what was it? I think what was it? They've done like every year now. They've done a new Are You Afraid of the Dark kind of like mini series. The one that came out, I want to say the one that came out last year was not very good. The 2 years before that was actually good, but the one that came out last year was just not a fan of. I think there's one coming out this year as well, and we'll see what happens with that.
I'm glad we grew up in the era that they still made horror themed kids content. I mean, I know.
Well,
they
and
do
not just
things,
and not just that. I mean, like it pushed it to where you were actually fucking scared. Like some of the stuff was like really scary. Not this like wimpy little Disney shit where it's like, oh, just pumpkins and ghosts and fucking makeup and shit like that. It's like it had spooky elements like that shit back then. Like I remember a couple episodes where I was just like, this is fucking terrifying. But they don't do that anymore because we can't traumatize and scare the kids. It's like scare them. I mean, we had that. Yeah, I mean, you had the book coming out. You had the book that came out that's been on shelves for years. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. That's for kids.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a decent movie too.
Yeah, I want to say Del Toro is working on part 2. I keep hearing he's working on part 2 because that was really good and I really enjoyed that. And we need 2 or 3 more of those. We really do.
Well, I would support it because we bought the first one on Apple like years ago when it first hit.
Yeah.
Because Jesse and I were like, oh, we want to see this, but we missed it. And it was it was fun.
Yeah, man.
So let's see. We'll continue on. Is there anything else you guys want to add about the Deadpool film? I don't want to try to, wring this one dry. We know so little. I can't get that hype, and I'm being sarcastic when I say that. It's like, look, folks, this is good news. This is not something that I'm going to rage on about or say, damn it, blah, blah, blah. Look, it is what it is. Ryan Reynolds has been a good Deadpool. Wolverine, nobody else is Wolverine besides Hugh Jackman, and that's an actual statement, but you know what I mean is no one is going to be able to be that. And with modern technology, the de-aging, this, that, and the other, they'll be able to make, and Hugh Jackman still is in great shape, they'll be able to make Wolverine look just like he did back in the day. And it's going to be hard to get upset because it's Wolverine, played by the best version of himself. And we saw Tobey Maguire come back, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you always got to be honest with these movies. And was Spider-Man No Way Home good? Yeah, it was pretty good. Are they all that good? No, and none have been that good since. I think Thor is pretty fucking terrible. But I digress. I will make a video, long form style, where I will bitch about Thor Love and Thunder. I hate that fucking movie. Thor Love and Thunder is to me what The Last Jedi it would be. I hate both of those movies. And I don't think that The Last Jedi I don't think that Thor is as bad as The Last Jedi. I just have equally negative responses in certain ways. So I can't handle that.
All I can say is when this one doesn't make the money it's supposed to and it kind of flops, don't blame Ryan Reynolds. Blame Disney.
Yeah. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
Blame Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool 1.
Oh man. I love I love how he chose to do fucking Terminator Dark Fate as opposed to doing Deadpool 2, and that was a fucking mistake.
Yeah. He got too big for his britches.
He's like I did Deadpool 1. Deadpool 2 is gonna flop. It's like, no, it was actually pretty good. Yeah. We didn't fucking need you.
No, I'm not gonna go for 10 hours, Christian, but maybe 7. Maybe 7. So let's check in with the audience again, because we have a lot of people patiently waiting. So thank you, folks, who sent in your super chats. To get back to everyone waiting, Ninja Lawyer Steve asks, maybe you could illustrate my book. That is, if I can ever get it done. Well, talk to me, man. You never know where you're gonna see my work next. Who I'm working with, who I have already started collaborating with. Be on the lookout. It'll be cool. But yeah, Ninja Lawyer Steve, you know how to contact me, dude. Just talk. If it's like you're doing a book with illustrations, we can make that happen. Look, I did movie storyboards this year, so why not a book? One day I want to do a kid's book. I've done comics. We'll just keep on rolling. I've been talking with a guy who just sold his own record label, so I'm going to do some art for him and music. So yeah, it's going to be cool. You guys are going to see a lot more from me. And if you want to see more, go over to titsandart.com, back that, help it grow, because like I said, folks, we can all get hard together, hardback books when we cross that big 2,000 mark. And like I said, folks, Tits and Art, you can bulk ship that as well. So if you get multiple copies for friends as gifts, it's going to get there for Christmas, so why not get them something that you can't get anywhere else. Tits and Art will not be available in stores, but what we should do is we should make that happen, guys. In 2023, we should get everyone to write to their local bookstore and request, demand Tits and Art. We'll get it everywhere, folks. Don't worry.
Oh man, that'd be wonderful. That'd be great.
Melon Husk, maybe in the future. So, folks, let's check in with our friend John Thomas, who says, am I late? I guess you already talked about Boy Toy Robin. John Thomas, you are not too late, my friend. Hopefully you enjoyed our segment on that. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Modalicious, what is up? He says, did anyone see the Canadian shop teacher troll the globe? They tried to fire him for toxic masculinity, so he said, cool, now I'm trans. Fire me. I did. I saw those photos. I didn't realize that was the story.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh, man.
So, our friend Xavier to God says, how scared was Rotten Tomatoes to give Bros anything but a 95% and no lower than that?
Oh.
Have you guys heard about Bros?
I mean, I've seen the trailer. I know what it's about. What is there further controversy? Are there further problems?
Well, let's look. So for those who don't know, because I haven't watched the trailer, I don't know any of these actors either. Okay, so Bobby is a neurotic podcast host who's happy to go on Tinder dates and content not to have a serious relationship. That all changes when he meets Aaron, an equally detached lawyer who likes to play the field. The only name I know attached with this movie is Judd Apatow, who is one of the producers. Let's see what's in the news. Let's see. Bros star defends the film's raunchy sex scenes.
That's weird.
I don't really know what to say. This isn't for me.
Oh man.
Yeah, like what do you say?
That's true. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I watched a trailer. I'm like, it seems okay. I'm not gonna. It's not for me. Yeah, that's what I said when I watched the trailer. I was like, it's not for me. I'm just not gonna go watch it. So,
Are we allowed not to watch this? Like, remember when the angry video game nerd got slayed by the fucking Washington or the New York Post? Yeah, the New York Post was so concerned that a guy on YouTube didn't want to watch a movie. Like,
oh yeah, because he didn't want to watch Ghostbusters 2016. That's what it was, and they like fucking like they're like, oh, we're gonna put you on Washington Post. It's like, okay, some nerd doesn't want to watch this movie. Calm down. This is not late breaking news.
yeah, I don't get it, but I just asking to make sure if we're allowed to, not want to see a movie.
We're allowed to do whatever the fuck. We're allowed to do whatever the fuck we want if this is America.
That's true.
Oh, thank God, it's that time again. I want to light my neighbor's yard on fire and eat
There you
steak.
go do it. Just don't get caught.
God damn it, cat! You knocked the candle off the thing. I love that cat. Anyway. That's all the coverage you're going to get of bros here on World Class Bullshitters. I'm sorry if you're surprised. But if you enjoy it, more power to you. No judgment. Yeah.
Where would you dig?
Yeah. Have fun. Enrique Vasquez says, fuck, marry, kill, random button edition. 25, 34, or 55. All right, guys. So we're gonna have to pick those numbers. So here comes the first one.
Let me sleep in your bed.
Okay, good start.
Yep.
And then there's this one.
Excellent.
Classic.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, good.
And then there's this
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car? No. Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video up.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna fuck the bustin' button because that's not the best part of bustin'. I'm going to marry Bill and Ted because that is just a super classic. And I'm going to kill the stormtrooper falling down the stairs because there's far better moose getting hit by car buttons that we have. Like seeing Slapnuts El Kabong, a short little black man that may have mental problems.
Oh, why? Well, all that is true. I am going to marry the stormtrooper button because I fucking love that every time. He just like a bag of rocks, just down the stairs, just can't get his footing, just done. I'm definitely gonna fuck Bill and Ted because I love that one, and then I'll unfortunately gotta boot Bustin' because I don't know. Those are the choices.
I will marry Bustin', fuck the stormtrooper, and sorry, that's the way the cookie crumbles, Bill and Ted. Even though I prefer Bill and Ted more than a lot of stuff. So, thank you, Enrique. That was a lot of fun, though. John Thomas says, Jeff, somebody made a 007 maze. Ooh, it's in Illinois. They have a movie car. How did that monocleist leave off Colonel Klink?
That's actually a really good fucking question. Colonel Klink he's classic. Not responsible for Bob Cream's death in real life, though, probably.
I know nothing. That's it.
007 maze. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, dude. I would have loved to have gone in a movie car. Like, what movie?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Bond movie car?
Shit. The Audi.
The Audi.
Is it the Audi or is it? It's the one. It's the submarine one. I know that.
Oh, the Lotus.
The Lotus. Sorry, the Lotus. Fuck yeah, it's the Lotus. My bad.
Yeah, the Lotus Esprit is a badass car.
Yeah, that's my favorite one because, just that turning into a fucking submarine, that whole sequence of events is just ridiculous. But I love it.
What say you, Kendo?
I really, really dig the one that had you know what movie it was in, the one with the guy, Bond, and he's chasing the bad guy and the Russians. That one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Navy SEAL. That's a great one.
Yeah. No, honestly, to tell you the truth, I really do not have a favorite Bond car. every time I watch Bond movies, I notice the car, but I never like really notice the car, if that makes sense. I'm watching
The
for
Aston
other
Martin. The Aston Martin DB5 is a car that I would not take off-roading. It is not a car that I will drive to the grocery store for milk. No, it is a prime vehicle. It is a work of art. The Aston Martin DB5 is gorgeous. So that is my favorite Bond car. It's the only thing in my collection that I actually respect. So you'll never see me light that on fire like a Jaguar, Nick. Peasant's vehicle.
That's true. I did like the V12 Vanquish in the last Pierce Brosnan one. That one was fun, especially with the invisibility cloak on it and things like that. I thought that was cool.
I want to change my answer. I'll take the fucking tank from GoldenEye.
Yeah,
that's fair enough. That's fair enough, man. He did drive that fucking thing. That counts.
Thank you, Darian, for that. I didn't even think of that. Now I'm making the rules here.
Ooh, Retromeister wants the BMW 750 IL. I used to like that car. I saw it for like $14,000 a couple years ago. And I was like, shit, I don't need to buy another car.
That's from... The fuck is that? Oh, God, I forgot which Bond that's from.
The one. With the spy shit in it.
Tomorrow Never Dies, what it is. Tomorrow Never Dies. No, yeah. That's a solid car, man. That's a solid. Unfortunately, I had to fucking crash it, but it still did its job.
Hey, he returned it to where he got it.
True.
yeah, 40 feet where he got it.
Yeah.
Still brought it back?
Yeah, all in one piece.
Yeah, you can't be
mostly.
Pissed.
Oh man, no, that was a good one.
I think that might be the best Bond car chase, though. I can't think of a what do you think the best Bond car chase is?
Once again, I think
Can I take GoldenEye with the tank again?
Yeah,
that's a good one. Tomorrow Never Dies is a good one. Yeah, with the remote in the back and the whole like the chain thing that comes out of the fucking BMW medallion. But also, yeah, the last one where they're on the ice and they're like trying to shoot each other, but they have like countermeasures and shit.
But what if the ice is gonna break?
Christian Walken's on the side. It's like the ice is gonna break. Don't do this.
Sign me the fuck up for that crossover.
But no, like, well, yeah, no. The reason I like that is because like the car flips over upside down and then he launches the ejector seat chair and it flips back over. Like it's a good fucking like crazy chase scene. I enjoyed it.
I enjoy what else is a good one? Okay, the boat chase from Die Another or Live and Let Die doesn't count. I just wanted to say that out loud.
It's a solid movie.
Yeah,
you know what car chase is fun, but no one ever talks about because it's just kind of quick. Is the one from Dr. No, the one where he like drives under the crane to get away real quick, and the guy swerves and drives down the fucking hill, and he goes, "I think he was on his way to a funeral."
Yep.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, there's also the one from Man with a Golden Gun that's in like
with the slide whistle. Come on, man.
Yeah, Ricardo Montalban, cool as hell, couldn't say that shit.
Oh god. Yeah.
How dare you mistake Christopher Lee for Ricardo Montalban?
Whatever. I was distracted by Knick Knack.
Oh.
Oh man. Yeah, that one was okay. I mean, it was in like Indy or something when it happened. I can't. No, but the GoldenEye one where he busts out of the fucking brick wall in the tank and he's like, he's trying to like fix his tie and drive the tank is fucking hilarious.
That is great.
It is so good, so good.
Fucking rolling through the streets of St. Petersburg in a big ass Soviet tank.
So they said that they couldn't film that really in St. Petersburg because the tank would have destroyed the streets.
Yeah, because, well, Russia, bad infrastructure.
You don't say, Kendo.
Yeah. Who would have thought that a formerly communist country would be in such great shape? Fucking Karl Marx and his goddamn monocle.
Fucking monocles. Who wears monocles? Assholes wear monocles.
Monocles. How do they work?
Yeah. You have to squint the whole time? Like, how? Probably get a weird wrinkle. Darian 217, I saw that.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car? No. Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video up.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god.
There you go. Let's see what else was going on. Oh, somebody asked about the LeBaron from Freddy Got Fingered. I hate the Chrysler LeBaron. I think that is my least favorite car in general. And that's it. I hate the Chrysler LeBaron. I think Freddy Got Fingered and Tom Green really give that car the respect it deserves.
God, Tom Green, jeez.
Talk about Z-listers whose careers ended in a time period like the 90s or early 2000s. Tom Green.
Well, wasn't he going to get married to Drew Barrymore and then like she cut it off or some shit like that?
I think they were married, but they got it annulled or something like that. Like it was a very short-lived, nuptial period.
Well, I mean, let's talk about that in just a moment because I think that's a pretty good time to help transition into the next segment. Now, folks, Coolio passed away this week. He was 59 years old, and let's be honest, Coolio hadn't really been around in the public eye for quite some time. I think the last time Coolio had been in the news was he was on a few reality shows, correct? And that was about it?
Maybe. Well, I mean, he definitely lived like 3 times the lifespan of the people he rapped about did. So he's got that going for him.
He really did say that. Or that's not a joke. That's accurate.
Yeah. So 59 is pretty good for somebody like that. But yeah, like, I mean, his peak was, what was that movie called?
Dangerous Minds.
Yeah. Gangster's Paradise was it. Because, I mean, dude, I remember when middle school, that movie's coming out, it was all the rage. That's all you ever heard about. Then Weird Al parodied it, and Coolio got butthurt. And I remember that. But the best Coolio song is Fucking with Ugly Bitches. That song is just fantastic. My buddy Brandon and I would listen to that nonstop all the time. Middle school, high school, college years. When I go home, he probably still has the CD. Be like, dude, turn on Fucking with Ugly Bitches. Just turn it not real loud so your girlfriend doesn't hear it. She would not approve.
Oh. That's all I'll say is all. Coolio, I like that one song he had, 1, 2, 3, 4, something brand new. That's what it's called. And so yeah, I wanted to talk though, not really about Coolio for hours and hours and hours, because let's be honest, there's not a lot to say about the career of Coolio. He had a few big hits. He sang the theme song to Kenan and Kel, and that's pretty much all she wrote for Coolio's contributions to the mainstream. But there were a ton of other actors, musicians, celebrities that really were relevant in the 90s and then kind of just went away. So who are some of these celebrities that you thought, well, not even what your opinions were of these people, just like, who are some 90s celebrities that kind of just fucked off and never really made it out of the decade? Like, you brought up Tom Green. He made it to the year 2001 and then just, kind of went away sadly, because I like Tom Green, but...
honestly, one just hit my mind. Danny Tamborelli.
Oh my god!
Oh shit! Yeah, Pete, Little Pete.
Yeah. He was on All That. So.
Yep.
Because the bigger girl from that show, she disappeared, came back for Dodgeball, and sat on Justin Long's face, and that was it.
Lori Beth Denberg, yeah.
Yeah. Amanda Bynes stuck around, but not for the good reasons. So there's that. But yeah, Danny, for some reason, I'll just say this. How about this? Most of the cast of the Mighty Ducks 1, 2, and 3.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Because that got brought up earlier today. Because we got one of our kids in football. He's a Hispanic lad. Go figure, New Mexico, right? And he's really fast, but he cannot hit the brakes at all. So he's like, I'm really fast. I just can't slow down. It's like, yeah, you're like Luis from fucking Mighty Ducks 2. Could skate like a maniac, but he can't stop. And then somebody said something, goes, hey, wasn't he in like the Sandlot too? I was like, yeah, that was Benny the Jet Rodriguez. So we started calling this kid Benny the Jet. He gets it from because apparently the Sandlot's made a comeback or something like that. But yeah, that's
no. It's cool now because it's old. That's why.
Whatever. But yeah,
Okay,
so I would say just about any kid from those movies, with the exception of Joshua Jackson.
Well, hold on a second. Let's talk about that statement you just made. People like The Sandlot because it's old now. That's such a weird statement to make, since The Sandlot takes place in what, 1960? Is it 63? That movie takes place?
It takes place in the early 60s.
Yeah.
Back when, times were better before Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Well, wait, hold on. Hold on, we got to see what date that The Sandlot took place, because it might be 64, and then, it's under the iron thumb of that asshole. Anyway, let's see. The Sandlot takes place in 1962, so okay, we're safe. The summer of 62.
Kennedy's not dead yet.
Yeah.
We're just dipping our toes in Vietnam. Johnson hasn't lied to get a bunch of our boys killed. Good times. The Cardinals were about to be good again.
Jennifer Love Hewitt was popular in the 90s.
Well, hold on.
She's
hold on
had
one second, though.
staying power.
The thing about The Sandlot, though, I wanted to say is, like, they're nostalgic for something that they like because it's from the 90s, but it takes place in the 60s, so it's, like, so weird that people are into The Sandlot because it's old, but it's about something that's even older. Are they watching 60s movies? Are those popular again? Or is it just 90s movies are popular?
No.
90s movies are popular because,
90s, because the 80s stuff is fading, so now everybody's getting on the 90s train. Like I said, I've had the kids at school tell me about how cool the 80s and 90s were, and I'm like, bitch, you don't even fucking know, okay?
Yeah,
you know through that shit. And yes, they were.
You want to live? You want to live like it's 1990? Throw away your cell phone.
Yeah, stop dancing on TikTok, idiot.
Yeah, throw away your cell phone for 2 hours and try to survive. Go outside and play with your friends. Just do it.
Go home and call your best friend to tell him something that happened on the bus that was funny. And get a beep, 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 beep tone on the phone and go, fuck, his mom must be on the phone. I'll try him back in 5 minutes.
Or better yet, calling after 7 or 9 because then the price would be lower.
Yeah. Shit like that. Or how about this? Going outside to do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Riding your bike down to your friend's house. Shit like that.
Dude, I watched one of those old compilations of 90s commercials, and one of the things I'm so glad that we don't ever have anymore is the long distance, like 10-10-220.
Oh my God, I forgot
use
about
the phone
those.
Card, call the number, dial collect.
I forgot about those, dude. There were so many of those fucking numbers, and all over the fucking place. Like if you
that
were,
might be
if
the
you were,
worst thing of the 90s.
Yeah, no, definitely. If you were like a C-level celebrity, man, you were in those fucking commercials for a minute. And that's how you made your money for a bit. We're just doing those commercials incessantly.
You know who did those commercials in the year 2003?
Who?
Alf.
Oh my God.
Well, to be fair, Alf is timeless.
Speaking of time, here's the best transition ever. So you said about notable actors that are playing roles in these. Wow. Look who it is.
Even the donut holes cost over $1.
Honey, nothing good costs under $1 nowadays.
How about a 20-minute course?
Oh, yeah. The lady from Dexter. How about that? No, that wasn't from Dexter. She was from, 2.5 Men.
Yeah, there you go.
R.I.P.
He's right. Dial 10-10-220 and all calls up to 20 minutes are only 99 cents.
Just 10 cents a minute after that, man.
Is it really that
Yep,
cheap?
I remember that shit. I remember that shit.
Yeah.
Sure, cutie. Why not?
Step away from the pastry.
What? That's the last declare, sir.
Oh.
Dial 10-10-220.
So as a kid, I didn't realize that he was playing this taxi character.
I remember those commercials. Like were like there were at least almost 2 per ad break. Like it was insane how often it was.
To be fair, they did save you some money.
That's true. That's true.
Cosmic Vader of the 90s world sucks. You can't use the internet and call for pizza at the same time. And you couldn't order pizza on the internet back then.
No. And the time to download stuff that you really wanted to watch was fucking insane on 28K.
20. Man, sadly I would take the 90s again, man.
I would too.
Yeah, it's like
Dude,
I don't care for the internet.
Would.
Give me the 3 video stores that were in my small town. I'll fucking take them. That's fine.
Dude, weekends at Grandma and Grandpa's house with his new gateway computer with the 56K modem. Yes, any day of the week, I would fucking go back to playing DOS games and downloading South Park clips over the course of like 6 hours.
Yeah, dude, I'll take it. I'll gladly take it, man. I don't care. I don't give a shit for social media. Give a shit for TikTok. Just put me back in the 90s. It's fine. I'll live.
Yeah.
Do you want to take?
I was gonna say the '80s nostalgia stuff. Yeah, I feel it because I was made and raised in that decade to a degree, but I've never missed it and been like, man, I could go back and live in the '80s. If you're like, we're gonna drop you off in 1995, how do you feel about that? Like,
Clone geek. I still can't download a car.
I'm in.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll take the 90s, man. Happily, yeah, it's fine.
Let's check in with another 90s staple real quick, okay?
Oh God, what else did you find? Oh my God!
Who asked you to go out of town? The stupid young one or the married one? The married one. That's what I thought. Don't go. You hear me?
If you want him to believe that it's over, then you gotta stop accepting the booty calls at 2 a.m. in the morning. You understand?
I mean, that's also accurate. I mean, that right there is actually good advice.
direction is my life headed into?
Last 4 nights, your feelings have been hurt, so you've been up all night.
Yes.
You haven't been, and this is around a relationship.
Talk about it.
Okay? Don't make me take you to church, young man.
The ex is much better than the present one, you know. Did you think that you were pregnant a couple of months back?
Yes.
You were, but you lost it, correct?
Yeah. The secret that
Jesus, that's depressing.
you already hit it. It was about the baby.
Michael, you really got yourself into trouble on that one, brethren. I got backup this time.
This person is that's around you right now has been in jail before.
Yeah, you're right. You tell the honest truth. Right.
You know, people have been
I know a black
criticized
guy said
and
your
jabbed
friend's been
at
in jail
and
before.
talked
That's kind
about
of racist.
throughout the ages for having different beliefs. And apparently I am no exception. Although it is a constant challenge. I will continue. I will not allow them to stop me. I will teach as a shaman and help those
Oh
who seek
my
the knowledge.
God.
And she wasn't even Jamaican.
She wasn't.
Carter.
Oh my God, I miss Dion right now. I wish she was here to do that. To do the
Oh,
whole
mercy.
We should do an episode of this podcast. Like, remember we did that 90s episode way back at the beginning of the show?
I was not there for that, but yes.
You weren't.
Oh, you mean?
but
Oh
we
no,
should-
no, no. You mean the one where you said, okay, everything's like 90s, like this month in 97. We had to kind of like dance around that.
Well, no, not that time. That's what I was going to say is we should, long story short, Nick, we should produce an episode of this show, but treat it like it's a 90s shock jock radio hour, like an old Howard Stern. Like, keep it modern, but like produce it like that. We get fucking call-ins.
So do you shave your bush? Huh?
Can you sit on your speaker?
Put the phone up right up to your boobs right now. Let us see your boobs. That's awesome.
I remember
Fucking
Private
Howard
Parts.
Stern.
That was a fun movie.
Remember he got so upset because Private Parts got beat by the re-release of The Empire Strikes Back?
I mean,
That was like a thing.
Kenny-
He was so upset
Kenny-
he thought he was going to have the #1 movie in America.
But it's one of those things like you're number 2 under Star Wars. Like that's a fucking achievement. That's not bad.
I would love to take the if you're like you can make a movie and it'll be the #2 movie in the country because you lost to a Star Wars film. My initial reaction is going to be, wait, which one? And then I'll decide whether or not I'll be upset.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If it was like the re-release of A New Hope, then you're like, all right, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, I'll take it. I can lose to A New Hope.
Yeah.
So I tried to pull up some other celebrities that kind of fell off from the map, and I forgot, half of these people. We already mentioned people like
Reason for that.
Yeah.
Well, remember Brandy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that was a thing for a second. But no, I also like Jennifer Love Hewitt, just yeah. Once the 2000s rolled around, nobody cared about her. I know everybody tried to fucking try to wife her up, but that never happened. I know Carson Daly tried fucking proposed to her, it didn't go through. Even Jamie Kennedy tried to, and it didn't go through. Yeah. And apparently she was
make it work.
That's true. But apparently she was like a raging bitch or something.
You know what I would do? I would sit next to Christina Aguilera and hear him argue, or hear her or Fred Durst and Never mind, I fucked that up. So anyway, I'm not a good
Carson
rapper.
Daly and Fred Durst. You hear you argue who Rish gave head to first?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I'm not a good rapist, so I messed that one up. But
You don't
speaking
have
of
a rapid
which,
sweat.
Carson Daly never really made it out of the 90s. Fred
No,
Durst,
that's true.
Limp Bizkit might have made it out of the 90s, but they were never nearly as popular or successful as they were in the 90s.
Did you watch that documentary on Woodstock 99?
No.
I did. Holy shit.
I heard about it. I didn't watch it, though.
It
I
was
heard
a
about it.
cluster. I won't even try it. Honestly, it's a great documentary. It'll take you back to a fond time, and a time I was fond of in my life, 1999. And then I realized there's no like joke coming, like how shitty it was. It was an interesting time, and times have changed, and you should just watch it, and it will make you realize how old you truly are. Put it like that.
Well, I mean,
like it puts everything into perspective.
If we want to get into other people, you want to know somebody else that didn't make it out of the 90s? John Wayne Gacy.
We don't talk about him. That's just sad.
Oh, jeez.
Which, by the way, that if you haven't watched Dahmer on Netflix,
I want to.
That's actually pretty good. And the fucked up part, I've had some of the kids be like, "Hey, coach, you seen that Dahmer show?" I'm like, "I saw it, yes, but I've also saw it live when it happened on the news."
That's wild. That's fucking wild.
But I'm like, also like, you guys are in middle school. You probably shouldn't be watching Dahmer, but whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
The 10th episode, the last episode, they sort of tease like they're going to be doing a Gacy one. So I'm like, oh, dude, sweet. But they kind of give it away towards the end of the episode that they might not be, unless they were just betting their hedge.
They're probably betting their hedge, man. That Netflix is really good at that. Like, and they, honestly, if they keep in like the fucking cold case crime bullshit, they'll get every white woman, in her fucking 30s and 40s to watch it. So they'll be fine.
Also get me because I have a fucking morbid curiosity about that shit. Like I sat down and one day and watched the entire fucking Gacy tapes thing on the cock.
Kendo, you're a white woman at heart. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, I know the whole story, but I still wanted to fucking hear him and then be like, "I'm glad you're dead, you piece of shit."
All right, Joker. I want to watch it. Who would play John Wayne Gacy? Who should play John Wayne Gacy, Kendo?
Are we talking about like in general, or just who I think should play John Wayne Gacy? I mean, because the dude that they had play him, what is he? He's been in a lot of stuff. He's like one of those character actors. He looked and sounded a whole hell of a lot like John Wayne Gacy. So I'm like, just stick with that guy because that
Brendan
worked.
Fraser should play John Wayne Gacy.
That also is a seller and a winner right there. I will take that as well.
Yeah, give me Brendan Fraser, John Wayne Gacy. First of all, I love Brendan Fraser. Fucking, love that guy. But I think it pulled off.
Yeah, I think he could too.
How do you feel about Brian? How do you feel about Brian Dennehy as John Wayne Gacy?
He did play John Wayne Gacy in the made-for-TV movie back in the 90s that I remember watching.
To Catch a Killer?
Yeah.
It got a DVD release. Holy shit.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, Mario Kidder's in that movie.
Brian Dennehy.
I remember that. That was fucking must-see TV in the Kendo household. Like, we had to watch the John Wayne Gacy thing that when it came on, I think it was on NBC.
I was just going to check it out. Nope, it was on Fox, Kendo. I'm sorry.
Well, either way, we watched it because I remember watching it because Brian Dennehy was in it. And then, like, a couple years later, he plays fucking, Callahan. Mr. Callahan. Tommy Callahan's dad.
Oh, Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Well, I need to watch that movie. Thanks, Kendo. Now you got me fucking distracted.
I don't remember if that one was any good, but go watch Dahmer. That was actually pretty good.
I want to watch it. I'm adding
Episode
it to the top
6 will ruin your fucking day. And
Oh,
I know what it. Like I said, I've seen enough Dahmer shit. I've got a T-shirt. Thanks, Jeff. I know the whole story.
Oh yeah.
But going into that episode, it's called Silence, and it's about the deaf guy that he was kind of boyfriends with, and then he killed. And I'm just like, I don't want to watch this, but I'm going to watch this. And like the whole episode, I'm like, I hate my life right now. It's so depressing. And I'm not an emotional person.
Well, we got some good jokes. Dr. Meatball says Owen Hart didn't make it out of the 90s. And then Goku McDuck.
I hope Dr. Meatball falls down tonight or steps on a Lego. Fuck you for that one. That was cruel and mean and, against the spirit of everything we do here at World Class Bullshitters.
Well, he also then our friend Goku McDuck brings up Selena and Kurt Cobain.
Oh yeah, Selena no está aquí. Selena está muerte.
See,
throw a little accent on
This
that,
is
next time,
true
goddammit.
Yeah. Well, I think that was a fun little segment to talk about people that didn't make it out of the 90s. Folks, we'll do some 90s commentaries soonish. We'll watch Predator 2. How's that?
I mean, that works too. I was going to say we could just do an ode to the 90s and do like, remember when VH1 did that thing about the I love the 80s and like the 80s was all the rage in the early 2000s, you know, before the kids stole it again, you know, this decade and tried to fucking make it their own. We should do something like that.
Yeah.
Why don't we do one exactly like you're saying, but as people that lived through it all, and we give honest takes? Like, remember in I Love the 80s, everyone's like, yeah, it was so great to see, El DeBarge on TV, and they're acting like everything was awesome. We could be like, yeah, do you remember Woodstock 99? Yeah, it was kind of a clusterfuck. Hey, do you remember all those stupid infomercials that they played constantly at night? Yeah, they sucked. Like,
oh my God.
It won't be like, we won't be nostalgic for this shit. It's like, hey, guys, do you remember that awesome movie Independence Day? Yeah, that was actually pretty fun to go see back in the day. It was an event.
Oh,
but Godzilla could suck a dick.
that was one hell of an event. Yeah.
I still like that movie.
It's still good. It's still good.
Into the night. We will not go on without a fight. We will live on. We will survive. Wait, oh shit, I think those are the actual words. I was just kind of pulling out my ass.
A little bit. You got close. You got close. Remember Deep Impact and Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember the 90s when Aerosmith turned into shit? I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I guess TRL was a thing and they had to be on there, so they made sure that like all their songs were really very poppy, so that they could be on there.
Aerosmith went to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Biggie and Tupac, they didn't make it out of the 90s either.
Oh damn. Allegedly. We don't know. Tupac's living on an island somewhere. We don't know.
No, he's fucking dead. Get over it. His name's not Machiavelli. He's not still releasing albums. He is deader than a plate full of piss. Or wait, no, deader than Kelsey's nuts.
It's flatter than a plate of piss.
That's right.
There you go. Monster Zero One, I agree.
Fucking slap chop.
Dude, I saw the fucking Ron Popeil Showtime rotisserie chicken oven.
Oh my God!
1,000 times. You said it and forget it,
yep.
And that was it.
Said it and forget it. That was his fucking line.
Did you ever have one?
No, I did not. I did not have one.
We had a Foreman grill though.
Yeah,
so did we.
I still have one. I fucking love my Foreman grill.
They're legit, man. Is that the food item of like that was the #1 cooking device of the 90s? Like, remember people were like, we're gonna lose so much weight with the Foreman grill. It cooks all the fat out and all this shit.
Yeah, it had a tray for it all spill out on.
Which okay, to be fair, it does work like that. The problem is when you cook a bunch of food on it, then proceed to eat all that food, and then go sit on your fat ass and watch more infomercials, then it's not really gonna work.
That's true. That's true.
There we
go.
Oh,
fuck, Ronco.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. This is like at fucking 2:30 or 3 in the morning.
That lady's probably dead.
He is. He's so happy about the rotisserie diet program.
I get to eat rotisserie chicken and diet? Yeah, I'm there.
That's a diet, Ron?
Pounds in 30 days. That's a half a pound a day.
Oh, she's definitely good.
Oh, my God.
I've lost 17 pounds in 31 days, and I'm at my goal.
That's because you got a parasite.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was like 17 pounds in 31 days. That's a lot of fucking weight.
He is the guru of the...
Oh, shit, I forgot Ron wasn't even in the intro.
Forget it. He is America's inventor. HBO is doing a major motion picture about his life. His inventions have made our lives...
Hold on a second. Let's see if that fucking movie ever came out.
This is divulged into a rabbit hole episode. We're just going through all the fucking 90s shit now and trying to figure it out.
Down the 90s bunghole.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Well, Ron Popeil is dead.
Did we get... Oh, okay, fair enough.
Well, that's a downer.
Did
he died last July.
Movie,
oh, recent too. He's still fresh.
Yeah. Did he get his movie though? Did HBO make the movie about his life?
I don't think so. I think that was a lie. Because
here's what we need. We need to make a movie about his life, but Dion plays Don Popeil.
Yeah,
Ron Popeil.
Ron Popeil, whatever.
Yeah, call him Dr. Peel. We won't have to try to license the rights.
There you go. Tion can play him then. It won't be a problem.
It'd be like if Nick played Chef Paul Prudhomme in a movie, but we called it something else. Like we wouldn't have to like go through his estate or anything.
There you go.
Can I play Emerald in the movie?
Sure, why not?
He's still alive.
Bam, the Emerald story.
Of a roast beef or a pork loin roast.
Look at all this, man. Ronco changed the world of cooking.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh God, I remember that guy. God damn it.
Would you eat a meal cooked? Wait, it's only 4 payments of $39.95 plus shipping.
I
and
remember
handling?
that. I remember that thing too. It's only 4 payments of $39.
Plus shipping
Only
and handling. Remember when shipping and handling got changed to like fucking something in processing?
Yeah.
Shipping and handling was like a taboo thing, so they changed it to like hand processing and handling or something like that to make it like, oh, they're not charging me for shipping anymore. No, they still are. They just called it something else.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God. Hey, there's our Costco chickens, folks. Remember, folks, every super chat that's a $5 and up is another Costco chicken in the tank of world-class bullshitters to keep us fueled in fighting the good fight. That is.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna go on eBay right now and see if I can buy a Ronco fucking rotisserie.
I used one.
As long as it still works.
Fair enough. Man. Well, Kendo, while you do that, I'm going to check in with the audience. Our friend Xavier to God sends in a very, very generous super chat. He says, is it me, but could the Deadpool movie have been better? Because the first movie had a weak villain and the relationship no one cared about. Now, number 2, dumb kid that drags, and the film had Domino miscast. What do you guys say about Xavier to God's assessment?
Nick.
Well, no, read it again. I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. I was looking at my phone like Kendo was, earlier.
Okay, so Ronco rotisserie and barbecue, new inventoried, open box, $34.95.
That's not bad. Payment. One payment. That's not bad.
Pretty, yeah, brand new Ronco Showtime 5500 rotisserie oven, $125 plus $25 shipping and handling.
Ooh.
So yes, you can get a Ronco Showtime rotisserie still brand new in boxes on eBay for about $100.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Jeff, could you please repeat the question?
I should have given the Wokebusters a Ronco rotisserie oven.
There's still time.
Is it me? But could the Deadpool movies have been better? Because the first movie had a weak villain and relationship no one cared about. And number 2 had the dumb kid that drags the film and Domino was miscast.
I mean, I'll give you the dumb kid. Okay. Kiwi Jonah Hill didn't work for me. I'll give you that. I don't think Zazie Beetz was miscast because she is an adorable looking person. The first one, I wouldn't say that it was a love. The villain was weak because you had the guy that was a badass, but then you also had fucking what's her name? Cara Dune. Name is escaping me.
Gina Carano.
Yeah, Gina Carano's in it. She's kind of a badass. So that was pretty good. I don't think. I wouldn't say that we didn't care about the story either because his whole relationship with his girlfriend was like they built onto that really good.
Yeah, plus like the constant breaking of the fourth wall, just the comedy in general was hilarious. Him going to the X-Men and trying to get them, and he only gets two X-Men to help him. Like, what is it? Negasonic Teenage Warhead was one of them.
Sinead O'Connor.
And what was the other one? The fucking
like Kiko or something. The girlfriend, right?
No. The big guy made him fucking steal.
Colossus.
Thank you, Colossus. Yeah, and that was funny. That was really hilarious. Like those movies were. I think they were really hilarious and funny. Them adding to the MCU and things like that, I don't think it really mattered. They were just trying to flesh out Deadpool as much as they could. So, I mean, I personally like them. I have both of them on Blu-ray. Like, I really enjoyed them. They were a lot of fun.
I own them. Only on the first one on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I mean, to talk about the Domino. Like, I didn't know who Domino was until that movie came out. And so I looked her up afterwards, and I was kind of like, okay, the look changed. But I also, I don't know. I'm not invested into the Domino character enough to really care. Let me say that.
That makes sense. I get your take.
Yeah, like I didn't know who she was, and once it came on, once I saw that version on screen, I was like, okay, that's Domino. I didn't know who it was until later on. I was like, oh, they changed her. This is the only one that I've seen, so I was like, well, I have no dog in the fight.
I always think of some of the Rob Liefeld images from this famous article called 40 Bad Images of Rob Liefeld Art, and Domino is like in this bathtub with like 6-foot long legs. That's kind of what I think about when I think of the character of Domino. But, folks, I do care about, when you adapt a character looking like they're supposed to look and stuff like that. I do care. If a performance is good enough, so be it. Like Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. Do I like a more traditional-looking Commissioner Gordon? Of course I do. Did Jeffrey Wright do a good job? You've never heard me bitch about Felix Leiter, have you? So, I mean, sometimes the actor can rise above that, but I would still rather have it's like, look, you're adapting it for a reason. People want to see a live-action version of the thing they like.
100%. Yeah, you're adapting it for a reason because, a lot of people like the comic book in the comic book medium, but they want to see it in a film medium. So you're trying to adapt it to that and have it cross over and make sure everybody looks the same this way. Looks like the comic book. Yeah, I agree with that. But once again, that was my first iteration of Domino. Did not know her beforehand, and that's that's on my. I hope it's not my only iteration of Domino I see in film, but that's what I have in my head now. So,
well, thank you, Xavier to God, for that. Our friend John Thomas says, "Raising Arizona, greater Nicolas Cage." It's a good movie. I like it a lot. It's got one of my favorite John Goodman performances. So, up next is our friend Etepakoyan from the Etepakoyan Place to Be Reviews. He says, plot twist, Blade is played by... Oh, you already read that one. We have another one from Etep, who says, Banks wrote, directed, produced, acted, and made sandwiches on the set of Charlie's Angels. I went to see it opening night, and there were 5 people there.
She made sandwiches. She was crafty. She was crafty. She was fucking crafty. That's who she was.
Gotta do it all, man.
She had the sandwich. Production. She had the sandwich meat in her car. Was there all in? She's like, "Fuck, it's lunchtime. I gotta go make them now."
Dude,
let me take off my directing hat.
In her car all day.
Probably.
It's like 100 degrees out here. You don't want fucking roast beef that's sat in a fucking
car.
I'm
sorry, it's 100 degrees out there, Jeff. I forgot. You're expecting it to be 80 or 75 every day. My bad. I'm sorry. I know you guys are going through a heat wave now and things are difficult, but calm down. It'll get better.
No, it's a wonderful 68 degrees here. Very comfortable.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's what she would have done because she was wearing like 5 or 6 hats on the fucking film set. Like she was like producer, director, writer, also actor and stuff. It was fucking weird. Because when she kept saying all of her credits, I was like, that's cool, but like the movie's kind of like hinging on what you do, and like the fact that you have 4 jobs on one movie set is really weird. And it's also I don't know, but wouldn't it be against the union to do that? I don't know, but it happened. So, I hope somebody else somebody out there can kind of help us out because I would think it'd be against the union rules for her to do that. But once again, I don't know.
Well, we'll find out. I'm sure our audience will look into it, and then Elizabeth Banks will be brought up on charges, and then it'll all blow over by the end of the week. That's what we want, right?
Sure.
So we will have a video on that soon, folks. Our friend Cadmus versus Justice Lords. Thank you very much. He says, my coworker walked out of the break room the other day and said, "What's that smell?" I didn't have the heart to tell her, "It's me, Austin!" You, sir, just earned a button.
Oh, God.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch!
JR every time. Oh, son of a bitch.
He's what makes it, man.
He is.
KLJ Screwjob has a great question. Worst book to movie adaptation and worst movie to game game to movie adaptation.
Worst book to movie adaptation. Okay.
Yeah. Jaws 4 is not a book.
But Jaws 1 is.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What are some really bad ones? Because I'm looking at... Well, how do people feel about The Hobbit? Is
I
it
never
really that
watched
bad?
it.
Yeah, neither have I.
Not a big Loader fan.
Okay, so I did see The Great Gatsby, that Baz Luhrmann one. So that's up there as a terrible reinterpretation.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll agree with that.
Ooh, The Dark Tower's up there too.
Yeah, Dark Tower's bad.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie, that was a bad
There we go. Yeah. Okay. That's...
I never watched that. I want to, though.
I never want to see that movie again.
Okay, well, I'm really not in that audience. I'm trying to look, though. Aragon, I never read the book or the movie, but, whatever. A lot of these are like teeny bopper, or those, teen fiction books, like The Maze Runner. I never watched that shit. That stuff came out when I was like 28 years old, so I don't care. Fine, Okay, how do you feel about this? The Shining is a terrible adaptation. That's a conversation that's actually got some interesting stuff behind it.
I know, and like there's even the made for TV movie that's like 3 hours long. That's like the entire book, like in that. I've never read The Shining, so I don't know. But I mean, I would agree with you because I know that deviates heavily from the book, and it's just Kubrick's interpretation of the book, basically, in just movie form, and he skips a lot of stuff. But I feel like with his interpretation of it, going to general audiences going to the movies and people liking it, it probably caused the book sales to go up. So, and then people could read it and be like, "Oh, this is not like the book." So, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
And then the worst game to movie adaptation,
Mario Brothers.
Jesus, yeah, there's that. I mean, we could create a fucking list.
Mario Brothers, Double Dragon,
Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Dark, yeah.
That movie's just fucking stupid. I watched it for the first time.
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Street Fighter.
I stand by this statement. The best game to movie adaptation is the original Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of a better one. I know people want to say Sonic, and Sonic's good. I liked it, but I still watch Mortal Kombat, and it's still good.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you, TLJ Screwjob. Modalicious. Samaritan is amazing. I wanted to see that a lot. That's the Stallone superhero movie.
Oh, that's on that's on Prime. It's a Prime movie. You can watch that. Yeah, you can watch that on Prime.
So after that, we have our friend Spicy Octopus. That's a great name. I vote for Warren G for another hip hop artist whose career died in the 90s. Yeah,
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Nate Dogg.
He died in the 2010s.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. No, but Nate Dogg was on every fucking song for a minute. It's just like, God, can somebody else sing a chorus to a song? Nope.
No, Nate Dogg,
like
dude, he knows how to regulate. That's the thing. He's not some geek off the street. He's handy with the steel. Knows how to earn his keep, if you know what I mean.
He's damn good, too.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that, Kendo. Enrique Vasquez says, "Fuck, Marry, Kill, Car Edition. American, Japanese, or German? Go."
sorry, but I gotta kill the American ones. I'll marry the Japanese and fuck the Germans. That's how I feel about it.
I'm gonna fuck the German cars. I'm gonna marry the American cars because I'm an American and I'm proud of it, unlike Nick. And I'm gonna kill the Japanese cars because Mitsubishi built the planes that bombed Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, and Hugo Boss made the suits. What's your point?
Well, folks, you heard it here first. Nick is a hater of this country.
You know, Kendo, if Nick was in a tag team, he would have teamed up with Test and Lance Storm and Christian, and he would have been called
the Un-Americans.
Bingo.
Yeah. And if he was an ice cream flavor, he'd be pralines and dick.
There you go, folks.
I
You
was
were
waiting
learning
for
more
that.
about Nick. But thank you, Enrique. I'll answer with I own a German car and an American car, and I had a Japanese car. I've only owned 3 cars, and they were an American, a Japanese, and a German car. What lasted the longest? The German car. So I'll fuck the German car because it was a great ride. But I'll marry... I don't know, Japanese cars, there's a lot of different things out there that I'm interested in still. So yeah, okay, so fuck the German, marry the Japanese, kill the American car.
Unbelievable.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, I've had American cars before. They've never lasted very long, and they've always just been pretty crappy. So
yeah, I've got a Pontiac that's lasted 12 years. I've got a Jeep that's 11 years old. No problems with it. Never had any problems with American cars. I've owned many of them, and well, you guys are just horrible people.
apparently.
Type of people that vote for Wilson.
I wouldn't go that far. Whoa. You
Yeah.
take that fucking back. So you take that fucking back. I would not vote for Wilson. Okay.
Nope, not gonna take it back. Mitsubishi built the planes that bombed Pearl Harbor. Cottonhill told me.
I love that man.
Yeah, a Tojo machine gun shot his shins off.
Oh, jeez.
Ew, the shin jelly. Enrique, thank you. John Thomas, thank you very much for your generous super chats in a row. He says, best Bond car chase is when he's in Louisiana. And he's in the boat being chased by a car? I mean, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm down with that. Nothing out of Live and Let Die is bad. I will take it that far. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, solid movie all around. Solid movie all around.
Up next, we have another one from our friend John Thomas. Thank you for both of these. He says, or George Lazenby in his cameo in Man from U.N.C.L.E. TV movie. Ooh, I haven't seen that. Have you?
Wait, does he have a fucking cameo? Did I miss that entirely? Because I've seen Man from U.N.C.L.E. a couple
I know he's
of
got a
times.
cameo in the movie Gettysburg.
Wait, hold on. I think I actually know of this. Does he just play James Bond again, right? Yeah, I think he just rolls up. Oh, yeah, so Uncle's ties with James Bond, Man from U.N.C.L.E., episode guide. How does the movie work? Okay. 007 played by James Bond. Right. 007 played James Bond in Her Majesty's Secret Service, 1969. First Eon production, Hal Broccoli film. This is really oddly worded. Long story short, George Lazenby plays JB in the Man from U.N.C.L.E. 1983 TV movie. And he wears the white tuxedo jacket with the black tie, and JB helps Solo out of a tight spot and refers to the now retired operative as Uncle's finest. And he's seen driving an Aston Martin DB5.
Oh, in the show. Okay, I was like, what? Because I thought it was about the current movie because I watched it a couple of times. I was like, I didn't see it at all.
No, I had heard about this, but I've never seen the clips. I'll show you a picture though. Because, we love our James Bond here on this channel.
Yeah.
So, folks, thank you for joining us on a Friday night. Remember, folks, we go live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday nights, and we will continue to keep that tradition. But wanted to visit Halloween Horror Nights, made some content for everyone to check out, and now that it is live, go check that out over on the channel. Also, this week, we had a video out Thursday about the mismanagement of Star Wars, now that the media is turning their back on it. And also, check out the video I did this past week on G4, the fall of G4, the Frost Saga, all of it rolled into one. You guys like it. I've seen a lot of comments on it, so tell me what you think in the comments of each video, and I will check those out and get back with you. Not everybody, but a lot. So up next, we have one from our friend, again, John Thomas, who says, oh, wait. We got to see that scene, though. I will watch that scene and get back with you next week, John Thomas, and rank it against a Bond car chase. John Thomas says, speaking of old shows, did y'all watch the Osmond Family or Jackson 5 Saturday cartoons?
No.
We're not that old.
No, man.
Yeah. You're predating us a little sooner than we should be.
Yeah, there's finally somebody picked something that's before our time. Yes. To be fair, I did catch reruns of the Jackson 5 cartoon once when I was a kid in the 90s. So there. I saw it one time on TV. It was weird watching a cartoon where Michael Jackson was black, but he wasn't in real life.
Well, it was like I think the Nick at Night channel or whatever would have the old cartoons like that. Or
Nick at Night was awesome.
Or some channel would, and it would have older cartoons like that from the from the 60s and 70s. And I remember seeing that too, and I was just kind of like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Well, now I want to watch old Nick at Night bumpers. That's how I got into the Munsters as a kid.
Dude, yeah, that's how I got into that stuff too. Dick Van Dyke and stuff like that, man. That was
you
hilarious.
watch your language on this show. I won't allow that kind of speech, sir.
That was good. That was fucking good.
He's still alive.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He's like 95, isn't he?
He took the energy from Betty White, and he's still moving around.
Dick Van Dyke is 96 years old. Yeah. I hope he makes it to 100. What's your favorite Dick Van Dyke performance? Is it Night at the Museum or Dick Tracy?
Dick Tracy.
You're like, I didn't know he was in that shit.
Was he in Dick Tracy, or what are we talking about?
He's credited as 1990 Dick Tracy. Yeah,
it's weird. I remember him in that. His performance, shit. I'm gonna have to almost go back to his IMDb. I would say
at this point.
Oh, okay, well, fine. Okay, then I'll go to the one that comes to mind. Scrubs. He was in the Scrubs episode.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
I do love Scrubs.
Yeah.
I just watched the Dick Van Dyke Show as a kid. Thank you, Nick at Night.
Yeah, man. As kids, I think we all watched it and got into some older shows, and it was a fun time.
We really did get a lot of fucking old TV shoved down our throats. I don't know if that was good or bad. I think it was good, man. I think it was good because we had. I remember having a good time watching Taxi with my dad at that time, and I fucking love Taxi. Taxi is like I already watched it recently. It's so fucking good. It's a really good show. I need to give Taxi another watch.
Yeah, dude, it's still funny. The human element is still relevant in that stuff. Danny DeVito's fucking hilarious in that show because he's just such an asshole. But it works, man. It's great.
I'm reading up about this Dick Van Dyke stuff in the chat. He's the man for a reason. Thank you, though, John Thomas. Watchman of Yas says, Kendo, feed us some knowledge. All right. I guess Kendo will when he returns. So we still have more super chats from the audience and everything, but I didn't want to talk about those just yet. I wanted to bring up one more topic for tonight. Nick, there was a leaked Indiana Jones 5 trailer that got pulled down really quickly, but I did get to see it. And if it's legit, they show the euthanized Indiana Jones that we all joke about.
Oh God. There is time travel involved then.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Oh, so there is. You're admitting it then.
No, the thing is, it was like I think it might be.
Or is it a flashback?
So what was it? What it was? It was him in the German outfit from Raiders of the Lost Ark from another angle. And so I'm wondering if he's gonna go back and travel through his other movies like a multiverse of bullshit.
Oh my God!
No! Please don't do that. Please do not do that.
Because I heard Salal, right? Is that the guy's name? It's
Salal. Saleh, yeah.
Salah's in it, correct?
Yeah, he's in the pictures in the video I saw.
Okay, that's weird. Apparently he survived, but his dad didn't. Whatever.
He's dead.
Yeah. Well, now he is. Yeah, I don't want to watch it. I really don't. I don't care for it.
Nope.
The fact that nobody from the first few movies attached to it. Part 4 was so bad that it's just kind of like, I don't know why they kept going with it. They're making and that's true. But is there money in Indiana Jones? That's the thing. Is like he hasn't been relevant in a while. They haven't been putting out toys or video games. I know there was the 4K Blu-rays that came out. That's cool, but like there's no other push behind them. There's nothing there.
Your reasoning is sound. I love Indiana Jones, and I will happily, open the wallet for that rare Figma figure or the Indiana Jones game that comes out every 15 to 20 years. But I do think it's become so niche. But because of its association with Harrison Ford, Lucasfilm, now Disney, there is money in it. There is going to be, it's going to make a couple $100 million, but I don't foresee it as $1 billion picture. I don't foresee Indiana Jones making, because look, Indiana Jones had the resurgence that they're hoping for The Force Awakens. Okay, let me rephrase that. The Force Awakens was this like relaunch of Star Wars. Indiana Jones 5 isn't this relaunch of Indiana Jones. That shit happened 2008 with Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Yeah. We've been removed from that for so many years, where the last Indiana Jones movie was a bad Indiana Jones movie. And now they're trying to, right the wrongs, fix it? There's no Steven Spielberg. There are a lot of missing pieces. And I don't think that this movie has the appeal that Lucasfilm thinks it does. Yes, it's Indiana Jones. Yes, it's Harrison Ford. Yes, that's wonderful. But at the end of the day, Nick, you're right. Indiana Jones was a big icon in the 1980s.
Yeah, in the 80s and the 90s, and once again, we grew up around the right time where we got to see probably the third one in theaters. And we've always said like that's a solid fucking trilogy. Like they're all wonderful movies. They're all good movies. There's not a bad one. They're all made very well. They're tremendous fun to watch. But I think that's it because and then there was the young Indiana Jones stuff in the early to mid 90s. And that fed a little bit into it, but not enough. I don't think it was popular enough to keep it going. The video game as well. You've had it, jump formats and stuff, but it's never been. And once again, they had that push with the fourth one, but they fucked it up so bad, and it was such a travesty that I think it's lower than ever now. Nobody cares. And with the fifth one coming out, I'm with you. I think it's gonna max out at like 200, 250, and that's it. It's not gonna go any further because nobody's gonna care for it. Because they just had the box set come out, I think 2 or 3 years ago for the 4K stuff, right?
Yeah, it was a few years ago.
No, they had the box set for the 4K Indiana Jones come out a few years ago, right? Like
last summer.
Last summer. So they should have tied that to the fifth movie coming out, and they didn't. So they have nothing to really build up hype about anymore. Just the movie's coming out, that's it. The trailer's going to come out and it's going to be terrible, and then they're going to have a couple more trailers. It's going to be even more terrible, and they're probably going to have it come out like fucking either in July or Christmas or something, and nobody's going to go watch it.
Well, the audience that they seem to want to watch these Star Wars movies, wouldn't they just see Indiana Jones as some old white guy and they're going to bitch about him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the value in that? Like, what does this audience bring to Indiana Jones?
Well, also, Jeff. Also, you're mentioning that audience, but we know from all the data that audience who bitches about him being the old white guy is not going to pay for anything. They have no fucking money. As much as they bitch about things, and as much as they should support certain things, they don't. They're just fucking armchair activists. That's all they are. We're the ones who care about this stuff and who will give it money or not give it money. And I assume a lot of us are not going to give it the money because we got burned in the fourth one. And everything that comes out about the fifth one doesn't sound good either. So I think they're DOA.
If they're smart, they will treat this Indiana Jones marketing blitz as like, let's kiss the fans' ass, because it's for the older people and remember Indiana Jones.
I mean, that's fine, but then essentially they're going to honey dick us. What's going to happen is that they might make a good amount of money the first weekend, but as soon as that report comes out, everybody sees it and everyone says, "Oh, it's dog shit." That money is going to disappear as soon as Monday rolls around.
Well, hold on now. Remember, Hollywood studios have the tactics. Well, it's just the bigoted fan base. It's just these angry incels.
Yeah,
it's
and
just
as soon as that happens again, they're going to lose even more money. It's going to go down 65% over the next week or weekend. You're going to see a drastic difference, and it's not going to make any money. Once again, it may make $100 million that weekend, maybe, and then it's just going to drop the fuck off.
I think the movie will open at number 1, but if it's not great, it will fall off quickly. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Your brand recognition isn't there anymore.
No, it's not. I mean, I mean, once again, we love Indiana Jones because we grew up with it and we know what it is, but it doesn't have it barely has any brand recognition. And I don't. They can have the best trailer in the world, but from everything we've heard and everything that's been going on with it, and all the crap that's behind the scenes and the story they're trying to write about it to replace him with a female, it's literally going to take a weekend where everybody's going to go see it out of curiosity. It's going to be such dog shit that it's going to drop drastically the next weekend. That's my call.
I just don't want time travel. I don't want all this crap. The pictures
I agree.
The ones that I saved from the presentation were a picture of Indiana Jones, which looks like he's either on a train or in a house, but he's younger looking. Then there's one where he's looking at his hat, whip, and satchel bag on a screen. And then there's one of old Sala. Sala's in a black suit with a fez, and they're standing outside talking. And then there's old Harrison Ford talking back to Sala. And these are all things that I saw video footage of, so this would have to be like really elaborate deep fake. But I guess because it's shot, footage from a weird angle, it could be, easier to fake. I don't know. You never know with these things, but there was footage and music and all the other shit, and it had a narration by Harrison Ford. So if I'm gonna go with what I saw was legit, and it's not like people are gonna have to really dig deep to like rage about this. Like, oh, Indiana Jones is ruined. It's like, folks, if you see that, remember Indiana Jones was ruined in 2008. Whatever else happened is just happening.
Yeah, that's true. He was ruined long before. But yeah, I mean,
hold on, Freddie Delgado. Disney had nothing to do with Indiana Jones 4. That's all Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. Let's not forget that they fucked it up without Disney. They didn't need Disney involved with Indiana Jones 4. That's a Paramount picture, and that is 100% Lucasfilm and Spielberg. Everybody came back. Frank Marshall, Kathleen Kennedy, Harrison Ford. I don't know if Robert Watts was involved, but like, I will never defend Disney. But that is not a Disney joint. Indiana Jones was bent over by fucking Spielberg and Lucas. They fucked that up. Nobody else.
Yeah, like, and mind you, once again, that's how it was pitched to us. Is everybody coming back and everybody's coming back for the Indiana Jones 4? It's going to be awesome. Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. And even then, they had Shia LaBeouf, who was really popular at the time. They had him in the trailer, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is going to be real good. It's going to be awesome." Oh God, were we wrong? We were so wrong.
It just, we watched it for the channel not that long ago.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
It was.
Pick and Save too says, remember that Spielberg and Lucas had their way with Indy very violently.
That's true. That's 100% true.
On a pinball machine, if I remember correctly.
Yikes.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh my God. They gave him the Aunt Jemima treatment?
Wait, what is it called? The Stone Pearl was it Pearl Milling Company now or some dumb shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's and it's once again when I think whenever you hear an old movie coming back and they're like, oh, we're bringing everybody back, all of a sudden just that's a red fucking flag, because they've done that. I don't know how many times I've heard that in my life from these movies and then all of a sudden it's dog shit.
Well, we're gonna have a video about that very topic in the month of October. Probably, if it paces out just that way. But you're right, Nick. When I personally hear those same marketing tactics and angles and things you're talking about, when I hear those presented to me, I roll my eyes because I know, oh great, It's a lazy movie that they're going to cash in on and use these things to sell the movie and not give us an original story. It's like, here's an example. Halloween H2O versus Halloween 2018. They did market that Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back. That's
oh my God.
it. But then you get to the Halloween 2018 reboot. It's, well, Jamie Lee Curtis is back. John Carpenter approves this one. Nick Castle, the guy who played Michael Myers, is going to play Michael Myers in select scenes. It's like, Nurse Chambers is back. Oh my God, the woman who is now a fucking Real Housewife, Kyle Richards, she's involved. It's like, these people don't mean shit, okay? Kyle Richards is not an actor. She was a child actor. She's a famous housewife. She can't act. Go watch Halloween Kills. Anthony Michael Hall is an actor. Kyle Richards is a reality star who was an actor as a child. You wouldn't get the guy that played Charlie Bucket, Peter what's-his-face, to come act anymore. No, that motherfucker hung it up years ago. He is a, what is he? A
farmer.
vet, right? He's a
like veteran. He's a farmer. He's doing something with animals, yeah.
He's a doctor of animals. There you go. We will make him, he's a doctor out there. Peter Ostrom, he's a doctor, Dr. Ostrom. But you, Kyle Richards, you're not an actress. You're a person. And so, Nick, when I hear these things, it's like, oh, here we go, guys. Let's pick an old movie. Nick, Kendo, randomly throw out an old movie from around the 90s.
Pulp Fiction?
Fine. We're going to make another Pulp Fiction. A sequel. We're going to bring back Travolta. We're going to bring back Phil Lamar. We're going to bring back not Ron Livingston. What's his fucking name? We're going to bring back all the dead characters from Pulp Fiction. We're going to give them new character plots. But who else we're going to bring back? We're going to make sure that the French chick who wanted a pot belly, we're going to make sure she's involved. And we're going to make sure that, what's the Esmeralda Villalobos, the fucking taxi driver. I think that's her name, right? So we're going to make sure she comes back. And you're going to think to yourselves, what the fuck are you going on about? I'm picking the most pointless, small parts of these movies to want to bring back to sell you a sequel to Pulp Fiction. When you go and you realize, how the fuck can you make a sequel to Pulp Fiction? That movie's not even linear. What is the sequel to Pulp Fiction? Those characters are dead. It opens the can of worms and you go, what the fuck am I talking about? What the fuck am I going to do? You cannot keep selling me a movie like that.
A third of it would be Samuel Jackson just walking, being homeless. That's all it would be.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know if I want that.
It would probably, and then the other part would probably be what is it? The dude, Mr. Wolf, like going on another thing, trying to like get somebody out of trouble. That'd be another third of it.
I'd watch that movie. The wolf coming to clean up shit.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be great. But imagine a sequel to Johnny Mnemonic. Like how would that go? How the fuck would that go?
Poorly, just like the original.
Oh man.
When does the new Winnie the Pooh come out? Oh shit. People were asking us to talk about it in a super chat. If this is out in time...
No. The Winnie the Pooh horror movie? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
By the way, one of my favorite independent horror movies, Don't Fuck in the Woods, Part 2 comes out 11th of October. So really look
Wait, those guys got a sequel?
They got a sequel.
Good for them. I saw that movie in theaters like a decade ago. Folks, check that one out.
When I was at Horror Hound, they gave me a little flyer for it. I was like, "When's it coming out?" They're like, "Oh yeah, it's VOD, October 11th, DVD like in December." I'm like, "God, that's a big fucking gap." But no, I'll rent it and watch it. I'll gladly do it.
Yeah, I'm happy for those guys. I mean, what we're talking about, folks, is Nick and I met at Horror Hound 2014. And so we were next to each other, and then next to us was a guy, two guys, Kevin and Aaron. They used to run Don't Eat the Gum. Kevin still runs it, so shout out to him. Check him out. Tell him Jeff, a World Class Bullshitter, sent you.
Oh yeah, no. If you want a proper like horror box, there, mind you, they're $100 plus shipping and handling, but they are chock full of stuff. I'm not even fucking kidding. They are entirely worth it. The man curates all of them himself.
Yes.
He's a good friend of the channel. Fucking love hanging out with the guy who would wear Horror Hound. Highly recommend them. They are really worth it. Not kidding. You get, it's like Christmas for horror fans when you get a box from him. It's great. It's fucking great.
Yeah, and you love Christmas, folks. And speaking of Christmas, make sure you go back Tits and Art because that book is guaranteed to be delivered by Christmas. Your old pal Hugh Jeffner is on his way to tell you more about the book in the coming days, but be on the lookout for that, folks. You will see Tits and Art everywhere. Soon you'll see it in places you never even expected, like in your oatmeal.
Oh God.
That'd be a weird gift. We put this in your cereal. I mean, Would you buy a titty cereal? I would.
Yeah, I would.
Well, we know what's up. So, where were we at before? Oh, we were talking about Indiana Jones. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, now the fifth one's gonna suck.
Is there anything? I'm not even gonna want to talk about the movie anymore. We'll wait and see. We'll see what's up. And folks,
I can't wait for like the first like teaser trailer to drop, or sorry, even the second full, even the first full trailer to drop. I want to wait for that because it's gonna be crap. You know, it's just gonna be crap because it's all we were hearing about whenever they were they were making it. So yeah,
I don't want my favorite characters to be treated like shit constantly, and it sucks that no one's safe. It's like James Bond, he's kind of a bitch now. Let's see, Master Chief,
I mean that show got a second season, but I don't think it's gonna get a third.
You know what? I didn't give it the time of day to watch the first.
I watched the first episode, and like the first half of the episode was just like a video game. It was awesome, and the second half fucking took a left turn. I was like, "The fuck is this? What's going on right now?" It was weird. I didn't like it. And he took his helmet off in the first fucking episode. Immediately, I was like, "No."
Yeah, that was dumb.
Stupid.
Nick, now you've never played a Halo game in your life. Why are you complaining?
Shit.
I know. We're all Halo fans here. We just don't go on about it.
Yeah.
I finally put Gears of War back on for the first time in a minute to get past the part I was stuck on, only to get onto the next part that I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty on the remake, and I'm like, fuck, I used to be good at Gears of War. I am not anymore.
It's amazing how fast that stuff leaves you when you stop doing it.
Yeah, well, you're right. I hope. All right, it's not hoping. I know I'm still good at GoldenEye, so I got that going for me. That's important, man. I got to maintain my status on GoldenEye. It's a fucking 25-year-old video game, but
we hope so, Jeff. We really hope so.
Actually, I still play GoldenEye fairly regularly.
Oh, you do? Okay, that's good.
I just don't tell anybody. Yeah, I play it.
That's good. Because I don't want to get on Twitch one day with all four of us, and then fucking Dion gets to drop on you 5 times with a golden gun.
You realize,
like, motherfucker,
Nick, I don't. You know how everyone likes to screen peek at everybody and go, "Oh, that's where you are." I know how to read the map, so like I can look at the radar and go, "Oh, this person is like above me at the right." Like I know how to play that one. So you might watch Rain Man level GoldenEye playing when I take on all 3 of these guys.
That's fine. That's entirely fine. That's entirely fine. But when Kenna fucking gets you from the back 3 times, like don't complain.
That's never gonna happen. I actually have I have video footage of exactly what's gonna happen to you. Okay, there's like another 10 seconds of that, and I'm not going to keep playing it. But yeah.
Oh, man.
I think you understand what I was saying.
Yeah, I got it.
I used to be
all
really
joking
good
aside.
at that game.
Yeah, me too. You know, when we were talking about the 25th anniversary of it the other week, you know what part I forgot to mention personally was the music. Like, that music for GoldenEye, man, every fucking level had a memorable theme.
It did. Yeah, it did.
It also helped that they were allowed to use the James Bond theme. What a lot of people don't realize is that The World Is Not Enough video game from Electronic Arts didn't license the James Bond theme song because it's a separate thing you have to license to get. It doesn't come along with the movie. And they didn't. So there's The World Is Not Enough video game, and it doesn't feature the James Bond theme at all. It might be the only James Bond video game to not feature the James Bond theme song.
Shit.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah,
now, I haven't played anything.
Somebody didn't cross the T's and dot the lowercase J's.
Yeah, dude, we would have had Wayne Stock and Waukegan and any other fucking campground in America.
With an old man fashioning a canoe out of a log.
I would prefer that. I mean,
Rip Taylor.
That's going to be there. Oh my God, Rip Taylor's a god in my country. So our friend Watchman of Yaw, thank you very much for that one. He said, Kendo, feed us some knowledge. You have anything you could feed him knowledge-wise?
Monday is October 3rd, which is the anniversary of OJ being acquitted on all charges.
Oh, Kendo. So
oh my god, I love it.
I thought of you the other day. I found out about an unmade piece of an unreleased piece of Disney that you actually would care about.
Oh.
So the Disney Channel used to have an original series called Adventures in Wonderland, where they would do takes on fairy tales. And so in 1994, they had an episode titled White Rabbits Can't Jump, featuring O.J. Simpson in a fairy tale about sports. The whole thing is shot. It was featured in the Disney Channel magazine. There's tons of pictures of it, but it's never been released because as soon as they shot it and promoted it, his ass got accused of killing his wife, and that was all she wrote.
So, I've been on record numerous times saying how I want the uncut, as it was filmed edition of Song of the South to be acknowledged by Disney and released. I no longer want that the most. I now want that episode so that I can watch OJ teach me about sports.
Yeah, with White Rabbits Can't Jump.
Yeah, that is now number one. Song of the South.
Oh my god, that's a thing. Holy shit.
I want that number 2.
There you go. I sent the picture to the chat, Kendo.
That is wild.
See, I feel cheated because of his.
He kind of looks like Eddie Murphy in that fucking jacket.
Because of the wrongful accusations and the witch hunt against this man, who was found not guilty by a jury of his peers, and then found guilty of a jury not of his peers on the same date, but in 2008 of that robbery thing. He was just trying to get his stuff back. I mean, went about it the wrong way, Juice. You made a mistake, but that's not the point. The point is, I want this episode of this Disney show so I can watch it.
There you go, folks.
It's probably sitting on some dusty shelf somewhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all know OJ didn't do it. I mean, I know that, but some of those other people out there, they still think that he's guilty of murder, and they hound him for it, but he didn't do it. Not guilty by a jury of his peers. I'm just saying. I support and respect the decisions of the, lawmaking bodies of this country. Well, at least the, court system.
By the way, there's a whole wiki about this, Kendo.
Go on.
Let's see. Adventures in Wonderland remained unavailable for streaming through years following its release, with Disney finally adding the broadcast episode to the series on Disney Plus on April 30th of 2021.
Hang on.
When this took place, White Rabbits Can't Jump was still omitted.
Wait, okay, it's still omitted, so it's not there. It's not there. Okay.
Likely due to OJ's cameo appearance in the episode being unaired during the show's original run to begin with. As such, the episode remains lost, chances remaining unlikely that'll resurface.
So it's sitting on. It was either taped or filmed and sitting on a fucking shelf somewhere.
God damn it. Some of my favorite movies are the Naked Gun movies, and it's all because of the character Nordberg. Leslie Nielsen's great too, but I'm sorry, Nordberg was like the best part of that whole.
Because he acted really dumb. It was really funny.
Yeah, definitely not the type of person that would kill his wife.
Jeff.
Yes.
New Beverly. They're showing Repossessed and Dracula Dead and Loving It on the 24th of October. Get your tickets.
Ooh.
Yeah. You'll thank me.
I'm going to go see The Thing at Hollywood Forever Cemetery coming up.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
How
it's a
can
new...
I meet OJ? I'm gonna look that
Where
up
can you
right
meet
now.
OJ?
Well, I know he lives in Las Vegas right now, but I'm going to look up right now. Like, how can I meet OJ Simpson?
I have a couple people in Las Vegas that I could actually... I might be able to help you make this happen. Seriously. Because all the people I know in Las Vegas are involved with sports and betting and other things and big sports stuff. So, do you want me to see if anybody knows O.J. Simpson?
God, yes. Let's make this happen, please. Let's make this fucking happen, Jeff.
Because I unironically still love O.J. Simpson from my youth, and I stood by his innocence the entire time. And I would love to meet O.J. Simpson and get a picture with him and shake his hand and just feel emotional about the fact that I'm finally getting to fucking meet the Jews.
Yeah. Turn on the
Who was
juice and see
not
what
guilty
shakes
on
loose.
all charges. First time, second time they fucking framed his ass. He got punished for a crime that yes he did commit, but they went a little too hard in the paint to try to fucking convict him of something he was found not guilty of it before. And that's right there, Jeff, is a serious miscarriage of justice. Okay, we have double jeopardy laws in this country for a reason, and OJ's civil rights were violated.
Yes, I learned about double jeopardy with that movie with Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Yes, that was also a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Ashley Judd got away.
She did.
Um,
that was a weird movie.
Yeah. Remember that one movie with her and Morgan Freeman, Along Came a Spider?
Yes.
That was weird too.
Yes, that was strange. But I remember the trailers for Double Jeopardy. It's like, it's like this wife is accused of killing her husband. Then she finds out he's still alive. Well, she can't get convicted of killing him twice. It's a double jeopardy. And then like fucking Tommy Lee Jones is like, I guess a U.S. Marshal trying to track her down or some shit, and she's gonna go kill her husband. Again allegedly. And I'm just like, this movie is fucking. The advertisements for this movie are fucking weird.
I was just sad when I watched it and Alec Trebek didn't show up.
Yeah,
I would watch that.
But no, you're right. Along Came Spider was another one with her.
Ooh, I can get an O.J. Simpson autographed blue style Buffalo Bills jersey for $175. Folks, make that happen.
Make Buffalo Jeff jerseys? You got it, Kendo. We'll have that ready for next season. All right, let's get back to the audience, folks. Thank you. K-Mac the Great, headphones are too loud. I can't hear you. Better than your speakers being too loud.
Headphones down?
Yeah.
TLJ Screwjob says, I love how you're so into James Bond that someone mentions the state and you're like, oh yeah, that one. I wish I could have that encyclopedic of knowledge. Yeah, look, all joking aside, I've been able to build all of this stuff and continue to grow it because of knowing pop culture and all the stuff I have been interested in. And yeah, I'm very fortunate with that. But dude, the secret is just reading everything you can about James Bond. When I was a kid, I read so many books about James Bond before I ever read a single James Bond book.
Jeff, I got a segue here, if I could.
Mm-hmm.
So I found this article. I'm looking up an O.J. Simpson jersey to buy. The 10 most unwearable jerseys in all of sports. Number 10, any NWA, any WNBA jersey.
Yes.
Says, just wanted to get that out of the way first, meaning a guy wearing a WNBA jersey. Brett Favre and Manny Ramirez make the list. I'm sure Brett Favre's making the list for other reasons at this point.
Oh, yeah, currently because of what he's doing in Mississippi, yeah.
Bill Buckner, but I'm pretty sure that the good people of Boston have forgiven that man. Leon Lett, which Dion would appreciate that. Jose Canseco, yeah. Ray Caruth, for those of you that do not know, this gentleman was an all-pro, highly touted wide receiver who paid somebody to kill his girlfriend who was pregnant with twins at the time because he didn't want to deal with that. He's still in prison. George Mirasan, whatever. Michael Vick for obviously dog reasons. Scott Norwood for kicking a field goal wrong. And O.J. Simpson. See, I feel like that shouldn't be the number one. I feel that is unfair. He was found not guilty. Now, Michael Vick killing those dogs. By a jury of his peers. Yes. Michael Vick killing them dogs was way worse. Because he was found guilty.
Yep.
Well, you're saying accurate things, Kendo.
I'm just saying. But I totally want an O.J. Simpson jersey, and I want to meet this man.
Adam Wofford. Speaking of somebody I want to meet, Adam Wofford, thank you very much for your generous super chat. He says, I had all three. I had an Audi. I hate it. I had an American S10 Blazer, and I married a Japanese woman, and I own a Nissan. So I have to pick Japanese. If not, I'd be in trouble.
Oh, yeah. No Reiki if you do that one. I know what it's like to marry these Asian women and deal with the bullshit. Like, look, I get it. You grew up in a third world nation. You're not there anymore. Stop it.
You're getting that guilt trip?
No, there's just weird things that they do, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. That's the old country. This is the new one, so stop.
Oh God, yeah.
Our country's better than yours. That's just the way, that's why you came here, okay?
So, we have a few more. From our friend Hot Cheetos, he says, seen the Indy 5 trailer. Ford still got it. And then he's got 100% 3 times. It's rare that Harrison Ford is ever the issue in any of these movies, including The Force Awakens and The Rise of Skywalker. I would not critique him or his performance. I'll complain about the death of Indy or the death of Han Solo. I complain about a million other things, but it's not Harrison Ford that I ever complain about.
No, he's not the problem. It's the writing and the directing and, well, just pretty much everything else.
Yeah. He's Harrison Ford, man. I won't say he's above reproach, but he's Harrison Ford, so that means a lot.
Yeah.
So, up next from Hot Cheetos again says, when the trailer's released, please react on stream? I'm sure we'll comment on it because I talk about things I like, and I like Indiana Jones, so
yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
I'll leave it like this. I'm not gonna make 150 YouTube videos because I just don't have it in me to make 150 YouTube videos about Indiana Jones. I will watch the movie and talk about it later on because I'm a person. My name's not Anakin, but I was Indiana Jones for Halloween. Put it like this, folks. There was a point in time when I got tired of trying to guess what I was going to be for Halloween, and I just was Indiana Jones for like 7 or 8 years straight. Never got tired of it. It's like it's the perfect Halloween costume. Indiana Jones is always cool. He's always relevant, and the thing is he's timeless because he takes place back in the past. So it's like, oh yeah, Indiana Jones, that movie that takes place in 1936. Wow, that's a long time ago, but it's still a kick-ass movie. It doesn't really get dated that much because it's already a period piece. John Thomas says, Jeff, how about the Winnie the Pooh horror movie for October, if it's out? Like I commented, we all want to watch it, John. We'd have a lot of fun with that one. TLJ Screwjob must be a big fan of Dogma, because this super chat is very much in spirit of that. You guys wanted Serge in Beverly Hills Cop 4, and then he's announced. How about unclothed women scenes will happen in Beverly Hills Cop 4? Beautiful naked big titty women just don't fall out of the sky, you know.
True.
They'd bounce right back up. There is news about Beverly Hills Cop 4. Our good friend Kevin Bacon is coming to play the bad guy, so that'll be fun.
Good. So they have That's fine. He's a good actor. That's fine.
So what we have is the main cast is back. So Eddie Murphy, Judge Reinhold, John Ashton. We also have Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Kevin Bacon,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's
the Bronson Pinchot.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's going to be the rookie that they have to fucking tag around with. So
he's so old, though. It's going to be weird to see Joseph Gordon-Levitt play a rookie.
I thought about that. It's like, yeah, that's true.
We're not talking about Third Rock from the Sun or Angels in the Outfield. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. We're talking about like 42-year-old Joseph. Actually, I want to see how old he is.
He probably is 42.
There's no way he's 42 because Angels in the Outfield is 94. I'm going to guess Joseph Gordon-Levitt is 36 years old.
Nick?
40.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, born Joseph Leonard Gordon-Levitt, was born on February 17th, 1981, which makes him currently 41 years of age.
Oh. I didn't realize he was that old. Oh, wow.
Yeah. He became 40
he was 13
before me.
in Angels in the Outfield?
Yeah.
I guess my perception is skewed, though, because I was 6 feet tall at 13. And I would walk into rated R movies and people wouldn't question me.
Yeah, you also had a mustache too, Jeff. Calm down.
Yeah.
I still don't have a mustache. Don't lie. I can't
Okay. Let's go back down the Joseph Gordon-Levitt thing. Angels in the Outfield he did in 1994. That was actually his 5th movie. Anyone want to guess what his first movie was? And I'll even tell you it was 1992.
I have no idea.
Whatever Tremor sequel came out that year.
No, he was actually in the movie Beethoven.
Oh, shit.
Wait, where's he in Beethoven?
His role was student number 1. It's his film debut. After that, he did A River Runs Through It. as
my
young Norman McLean. Holy Matrimony followed in 94, along with Road Flower and Angels in the Outfield. He then took a year off before doing The Juror in 96, another year off before being in the movie Sweet Jane, and Halloween H2O.
Oh my God, I remember that one. He's in the beginning of it.
Yeah. And the next year, he did in 1999. He did 10 Things I Hate About You, and then his career really took off as he started getting lots of work in the 2000s.
Yeah,
he's just like always consistent. Like even that movie Premium Rush, which wasn't a game changer, was pretty good.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was
yeah,
good.
Michael Shannon and him were great.
Yeah.
I forgot that, or I didn't realize that Joseph Gordon-Levitt fucking Beethoven. Jessie bought Beethoven on Apple TV. She loves that.
Now you know you can go back and watch that and see his film debut. However, his TV debut came in 1988 when he was in Stranger on My Land, which was a television film. But in 1988, he was also the character Dougie in 2 episodes of Family Ties.
Oh, well, there are things that happened before my time for 500, Alex.
Yeah, he was also in an episode of Quantum Leap in 1991.
Did he return home?
Yes, unlike Scott Bakula's
God
character.
damn it, guys.
Oh, he was in China Beach. I used to watch that show with my dad.
I've never heard of that show.
It had a very young and not fat Ricky Lake in it.
Well, she's not fat again.
Yeah. It also had Dana Delaney in it, who has always been Roll Tide.
Yeah, I forgot about her. So, let's see. We have a few more. Actually, we have one more. Or wait, was that it?
Mm-hmm.
That was it. So, folks, I think we're going to close this show out. Nick, Kendo, anything you'd like to say before we put this baby to bed?
Tomorrow's October. Hooray.
What is it? Lego selling a Black Panther set with his arms crossed.
Oh, that's going to put butts in seats.
I need to buy a bunch of those to give out to the minority community to show how down
I'll
for
put
the
it. I'll
cause
put
I
it
am.
in this fucking chat here. There you go.
Yeah, not necessary.
Yeah. It's $350.
The real
For
kick in
that?
the dick is that Chadwick Boseman's arms are probably crossed right now, too.
God damn.
Woo! There you go, Kendo. It's a spicy meatball, my friend.
It's a shame because he was a really good actor. I really liked him.
It was,
Yeah,
he was.
seems like
He
a
was
hell of a
good.
guy,
He was
too.
good.
Yeah.
He visited all those sick kids when he was sick himself, so...
Right? Never complained, never bitched and moaned, unlike most of these fucking people on TikTok.
Never used it to prop himself up to say, look how virtuous I am. Just fucking did it and left. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but yeah, $350 for it. Yeah.
You know what, Retromeister? I will be on the lookout for your James Bond Jr. review. 100% going to watch that thing. I loved that cartoon as a kid. So, folks, thank you for watching. Now, remember, this is just a Friday edition of the show. We're going back to Thursday. This Thursday night, that is our time. So, World Class Bullshitters is live every Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I keep telling you guys, we have new things coming, new videos, new ideas, getting ready to get back into the streaming schedule. I know people have missed that, and I know they want more. So, be prepared for that. I'll be streaming with some different people, some new people, some people that you've never even imagined we would stream with, and been making some connections behind the scenes. So as always, folks, be on the lookout for everything we do. We are on all the social media platforms. We are all over Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We're getting into the TikTok. I know it's a little slow for TikTok, but I actually figured out a little more about it. So be on the lookout for WCBS on every platform that you can find. And it's going to be different than what you get here on YouTube. So join us. Watch it all. Watch it twice. Watch it 10 times. It helps. Our friend Monster01 says, did you guys hear that Carpenter? I'd be going to be hosting a kaiju movie marathon soon. Also, thanks for another entertaining night. Monster01, thank you for joining us on this Friday night edition of World Class Bullshitters. We appreciate that you join us each and every week here. And I have not heard about Carpenter is going to be hosting a kaiju movie marathon. Have you?
No, but I want to be a part of it.
I do too.
Well, no, there was something that Shout Factory had where he was just like coming into a theater and sitting in a seat. So that might be the announcement then, is that he's doing a movie marathon. So yeah, we got to buy tickets for it or whatever. So yeah.
Let's see. Shout Factory has recruited John Carpenter. The streaming party kicks off on Godzilla Day, November 3rd, 2022, with Shout Factory apps streaming the original event. John Carpenter, director of films released by Shout Factory. Wow, what a terrible press opener. That's fucking pat yourself on the back. It should just be John Carpenter, director of such iconic films as Halloween, Escape from New York, Escape from L.A., Body Bags, Big Trouble in Little China, The Fog, The Thing, and many more. As a huge Godzilla fan, he sits down to present his 4 favorite monster films, directed by Ishiro Honda, Godzilla, the uncut Japanese original Gojira, Rodan, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, and The War of the Gargantuas. John Carpenter will make appearances throughout to discuss his great love and admiration for the franchise. The full schedule of Masters of Monsters include November 3rd. We already know those ones. So I might go out of my way to watch this because I love John Carpenter.
And those movies are great.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
surprised. I'm surprised he's never made his own big monster movie or whatever, like a kaiju kind of thing or whatever.
Well, one thing we should take into account with John Carpenter, as much as we love him now and look at his movies a certain way, he kind of got burned by Hollywood in a certain way and was looked at as not that so he had The Thing, which is a big Universal picture, and that's a flop. Some of his other classics are smaller or independently released, or they're just, I hate to say it like this, but he was the best. I'd say he's the best director of the 80s, but not the biggest. Sadly, those movies were all, not all flops, but they're all so small, and that's why they're released by Shout Factory and Scream Factory, not, Universal. I'm not trying to dig on it. I'm just saying, it's weird. That's why I think he could never make those movies, because I don't think he could make those movies. I don't think anybody looked at his name and would give him enough money to do it, which is fucked up because it's John Carpenter. He made great movies.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, the thing did flop. He had a couple others as well that did flop, but it's funny how we look at it now, because now they're called classics. Mm-hmm. Now we revere The Thing more than we do E.T. And there's still a fucking ET ride at both Universal parks, but there's no The Thing.
Not they don't have it at Hollywood.
Yeah. It's still in Florida then. It's still in Florida.
The only remnant of ET at Universal Hollywood is the ET parking.
Okay. Yeah, because going through the haunted house, I kept seeing I kept walking past the ET ride. It was just frustrating. I'm like, fucking take you took out Back to the Future. You couldn't take this thing out too?
Well, no, they couldn't.
So dumb.
Well, Nick, I hope you take it personally, because it was done just to hurt you personally.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. But no, yeah, it's John Carpenter, and I understand that he got burned by Hollywood a fucking lot. But I mean, hopefully, he's still making some money doing some stuff, where he's got some back end stuff going on with all the movies and everything.
I don't think so. I think I looked into his net worth just out of curiosity and stuff, but I think he did get hosed by a lot of that stuff. So
that sucks.
Yeah. All right, so let's get out of here, guys. We'll come back next time with more. So be on the lookout, folks, for more. Thank you to everybody who's been back in Tits and Art. We'll be back next time with more of an update. And until then, be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.
.com.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
My name is Jeff.